But can I ask Boogie, is it possible that you just jumped the gun on releasing your diagnosis thing?
No.
You won't prove it?
I'd rather you go ahead and print it.
If this is true, if this is true, and you lied about cancer, this is the biggest scandal on the internet.
And it's not, but go ahead and print it anyway. Go ahead and print it anyway.
If you're genuinely an innocent person, why would you ever be like, it's not true, but print it anyway. Print it anyway.
My very first girlfriend was physically abusive to me. When we were 16, 17 years old, because she would hit me and stuff, I ended up holding her down. I ended up pinning her against the wall to make her stop hurting me and hurting herself. And I've carried tremendous guilt about it for my entire life. And I know as soon as I ever said that, it would mean that people would think I beat women.
I literally don't care. Nobody cares about that.
The easy thing here is if there aren't blood markers that definitively confirm polycythemia vera as a blood cancer, then why are they doing a biopsy?
Because I'm insisting on it, because I'm hoping they're wrong.
Wait, what are you talking about? You can prove that it's false by showing the document that you refuse to show. There's no reason to not show it. There's no reason. People are claiming that Boogie lied about cancer, and it started with me. I was involved. So my bad, I guess. So a little bit of context, okay? A little bit of context. As you guys know, not to prop myself up here too much, but in Destiny's community, in DGG, I guess, right? Which I guess I'm like a part of. I'm like an orbiter. I'm like the drama guy. I'm like the YouTube drama guy, right? Like I call in to tell him about the drama that's going on, right? As one does, okay? That's what I do. And yesterday, I called in. I've been meaning to do this for a while. I was like putting it off. But I called into his show, to the Destiny live stream on YouTube. Yesterday, shut up, loser. I called in to basically fill him in on the drama that was going on. And the things we talked about are, we talked about Boogie. We talked about the whole Sniper Wolf copyright claim that she didn't actually do, okay? So that's what we talked about on his show. And he made the assertion that Boogie could be lying about cancer on his stream, okay? To like, I don't know, 7,000 people watching, right? Big stream, big streamer, okay? A lot bigger than me. Big stream, Peak of my viewership ever. I think I've gotten like 4,000 maybe live viewers, maybe 5, I've been up there a little bit, but that's like not regular, right? Typically I'm like 1 to 2K, and keeping my 7K is like not even that high for Destiny. And we're talking about that. And when he's talking about the CoffeeZilla Boogie2988 fatty token scandal, he basically makes the assertion that Boogie could be lying about his cancer. And this has apparently popped the off today and become a huge thing. Boogie's been freaking out. A lot of people have been tweeting about it. There's an entire LOLcow podcast episode live right now talking about this. And it's going crazy. So the question we're here to answer today, if we can, is did Boogie lie about his blood cancer? Polycythemia vera, as he always says, okay? Did he lie? Now I'm gonna give a little bit of a question to the chat first of all, okay? Question to the chat. We're gonna do 1 for yes, 2 for no. Did Boogie lie about his cancer? What do you guys think? I think it's very possible he told the truth. I think it would be absolutely insane to lie about cancer knowingly. So I guess you guys clearly think that Boogie did not lie about his cancer, okay? Holy what's up, chat? Thanks for coming out, boys. Appreciate it. But with that being said, we have to dive into the evidence, okay? We have to dive into the evidence. We have to dive into the truth of the situation. So we're gonna start with going through Twitter, and then we're just gonna watch LOLcow live, because LOLcow live is live right now. And what better place to go to figure out the truth of the situation than to Boogie himself? I mean, he's a good guy, reliable narrator. Like what else can you really ask for, okay? So we'll start with going through the tweets, because there's a bunch of tweets right now. Twitter's going cray-cray, as they say. YouTuber Boogie2988 faked cancer according to Destiny. He confronted him on the LOLcow podcast, and Boogie started freaking out. Let's get into this.
2 years ago, you said that you had a cancer diagnosis, but now you just said now they're doing a biopsy to check for cancer. Confirmation. Is this House MD? Are we treating a blood cancer without actually confirming it yet? For 2 years, you've been having a cancer treatment without confirming there's actually cancer there?
Because it was in my blood markers, and that's pretty goddamn definitive. You can Google that, Destiny. When you have the hormones, in the...
Hold on, you can Google that. So basically what he just said, wait. So what he just said right there is like, basically the doctor didn't tell him that he had cancer. He basically looked it up, and Google said he had cancer because of the blood markers. Am I wrong here? The thing is, like, Boogie should have cancer. Honestly, he should. Not because I want him to have it, but because he's so fat and unhealthy. I should have cancer. I mean, look at the shit I'm ingesting, okay? 1's in, 2's in, 3's in, Red Bull, okay? I have cancer, as far as I'm concerned, okay? Boogie absolutely should have cancer. Not only because of that, but also because he's a fat liar. That being said, That was meta ironic. That was meta irony. That was what we call some meta irony. That was meta ironic cancer wish. Yeah. Anyhow, Tom, to be fair, maybe he was telling Destiny that it's verifiable. That's true. But it read to me like he was basically giving himself an out. Like he may not actually have cancer, but like if you look it up, it says that he should. And maybe that's like what he thought. I fact checked myself and I saw that I did not lie. Literate Wizard says, Boogie has lied so many times, I don't think anyone can be unbiased party here. It's so hard for me to believe him. Yeah, I mean, that's the real thing here, right? Anyhow.
The blood that is produced by this cancer, it's pretty goddamn definitive. It doesn't show up for just the
2 years.
But why doesn't he just say, like, the doctor said I have a cancer diagnosis? Why can't he say that?
I would rather Dexerto lead Boogie lies about cancer than to hand this over to you pieces of shit. That's just,
this?
I'd rather do that. I'd rather do that.
Go ahead,
print it, Dexerto. Go ahead.
The thing is, like, I know he doesn't want to post his medical documents or whatever, but wouldn't he want to at least post, like, I mean, he doesn't have to post the doctor name, but he could easily post, like, a picture, like, that's, like, kind of sensitive to the diagnosis. Am I schizo remembering that maybe he showed it in the documentary with that guy? What was that guy's name again? I can't remember his name right now. You guys remember, like, the big Boogie doc? They filmed him going to, like, I want to say it was, like, a dialysis thing, or maybe it was a chemo thing. I don't really know. Oh, Mike Klum. Yeah, Mike Klum. I swear, in the Mike Klum documentary, wasn't there a part where they showed that he had cancer or something? I don't know. I may be misremembering.
Print.
Can you get your patient portal up on your phone and like send it
Sure.
to Tommy?
I'm not going to. Sure.
He's never doing that. He does not have a cancer diagnosis. There's 0% chance he has one.
Medicare's coming on right now, and Boogie says he's completely done with being online. I mean, Boogie will say that. You know how many times Boogie said he's done being online? Like, Boogie has said this 15 times. Honestly, 15 is an understatement. 1,500 times, and he comes back every time. The thing is, like, people say, oh, I'm done being online. What the else are you going to do? You're a fat loser. Like, what the would Boogie do if he wasn't making YouTube videos, which he barely even does? Like, the day that Boogie stops posting is the day that he dies. That is the only way. There's no, what is he gonna do? He's gonna have a normal life? No, that's insane. It's not happening, bro.
You won't prove it?
No.
You won't prove it?
I'd rather you go ahead and print it.
If this is true, and you lied about cancer, this is the biggest scandal on the internet.
And it's not, but go ahead and print it anyway. Go ahead and print it anyway.
The thing is, like, why would you give that kind of response? Like, if you're genuinely an innocent person, why would you ever be like, it's not true, but print it anyway. Like, generally, somebody who's falsely accused is, like, indignant to the end that they didn't lie and they told the truth, right? Like, somebody who knows they're telling the truth. If Boogie knew he had a cancer diagnosis, if he knew he had cancer, he would, from the very beginning, he would say, I'm innocent, I didn't lie. He would never be satisfied with people being like, oh, you lied about cancer. Like, he would never be satisfied with people just printing that publicly. That makes literally zero sense. Like, Boogie is, I don't think he's that, okay? I don't. It just doesn't make sense. Like, typically, what he does when he's called out is he tries, like, various manipulation tactics, right? So, like, with the CoffeeZilla thing, it's like, first, he'll try to be like, well, it's not really that. Then when he gets caught, he's like, oh, well, here's why you should feel bad for me. He tries to emotionally manipulate the person on the other end into feeling bad for him, right? That's kind of what he's doing here, too. He's like, he's so defeatist about it. And I'm not saying he definitively lied. We're going to get, more information about it soon, but it's, like, insane.
This 2 years ago, and I'm not doing it today. Go right ahead. Print it. Print it the way it is. Go right ahead.
Why is he saying print it the way it is? Like, what do you mean print it the way it is? If you didn't lie, you should be confident that you didn't lie, and you should be willing to prove it, at least to the people in this call, and then they can be like, okay, you didn't lie. Like, why would you ever give this kind of response to such a heinous lie, especially when Boogie has actually lied online so many times and justified it, right? If this is the one time he's telling the truth, why would he not do his best to make sure that it's known that he's not a complete piece of shit?
I'm okay with it.
Okay, so I guess just to wrap up, because we don't want to take all your guys' time tonight. So just as a couple things, right? So the story as laid out, if you look up secondary polycythemia versus polycythemia vera, all of the leading things that Boogie talks about leading to his condition are consistent with secondary polycythemia, not the mutation that would cause polycythemia vera. The things that Boogie says that his doctor wants him to check for afterwards, like doing a sleep study, are consistent with secondary polycythemia, not
And
primary
also
polycythemia. And the fact that he says that he had the blood markers or something to confirm it 2 years ago, but is now getting a biopsy for secondary confirmation, even though he says he doesn't have the money for medical bills, but I guess now that he does.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody in that call, I mean, I don't even think Keemstar would leak, right? Because if they did, they would be in so much if they leaked, like, the name of his doctor or something. I did see earlier Keemstar was saying he wanted to get doctor on Rodog 101 says, I work with patients who have polycythemia. At best, Boogie is using a minor diagnosis to gain sympathy. At worst, he's straight up lying.
Money. He's going to waste all of it on biopsying things that are already confirmed, or at least confirmed enough that he wanted to talk about it publicly for 2 years ago, and then use it to fundraise the money that he now has so that he can do the biopsy that I don't even think he's doing, by the way. I don't think he's actually doing that.
So, Destiny, to summarize,
if he wanted to disprove it, all he has to do is show a private party this particular medical thing, and yeah, it would be.
To summarize, Destiny, you're basically saying he's kind of unlucky he doesn't have cancer.
I mean, for this particular case, yeah. If Boogie can confirm, that he has polycythemia vera, and he actually has like a doctor confirmation of the blood cancer, I'll throw $5,000 towards his medical treatment. I'll make that personal pledge right now.
Keep in mind, he says go yourself when it would be so easy. Like, to me, look, I could be totally wrong here, and I will eat crow, okay? I don't have egg on my face if I'm wrong. But these reactions come across to me like he's lying and he knows he's caught, right? Like, he should be pleading his innocence right now. He should be like trying to make the case the best he can.
No,
Hey, you need the money.
You're not seeing my medical records for 20, not for 50. You're not seeing my medical records.
$5,000.
And what's really funny about this is, like, me talking about this with Destiny is hilarious because he never would have paid attention to this otherwise, right? But he's just the one person in this entire community, not to glaze him too much, who is intelligent enough to look into the medical diagnosis, because we all just assumed he had cancer for years, right? I never looked up polycythemia vera. I didn't give a fuck, right? He was like, that sounds wrong, and then he looked it up, which is like, it's that nobody had even done this until this point. But yeah, when was the last time you went to the Dollar Tree? Probably not that long ago.
I said this.
I said this to see the medical records.
Okay, so I just want people to remember in the future then, when Boogie says, I have to do XYZ scam to raise money because my medical bills are hurting so much, he can speak publicly about his medical issues to scam his fans to raise money, but he can't take $5,000 to privately confirm a diagnosis that he already publicly said he has. Doesn't make any sense, but
even I have a limit. Even I have limit.
What's the limit, though?
It's a bad.
I understand that he, there's a big history of people, I guess, scamming people with cancer, and it's like the worst of the worst. Sure. And you're getting confronted with that right now, and your response to that is,
Go ahead.
I'm not going ahead. I'm explaining to you.
All right.
If Boogie really did have cancer, he would do the exact same thing: fuel speculation, milk drama, etc. Would he? I feel like if he had cancer, at the very least, he would want people to think he's innocent. I feel like he doesn't want to be seen as a piece at the end of the day. That's why, like, even when he does something, he doesn't just give in. He's never like, I'm a horrible person in his base. Like, he never does that. You know what I mean? All right, we got to actually click on the live stream. I was told to scroll back quite a bit. In the doc, he said it was a basal cell carcinoma. It's a skin cancer that doesn't really spread and is curable if you just get it cut off, non-lethal. I thought he had blood cancer. Am I schizo? I thought he said he had blood cancer. Hold on, polycythemia vera. Let's see, Mayo Clinic. It's a type of blood cancer. It causes your bone marrow to make too many red blood cells. These excess cells thicken your blood, slowing its flow, which may cause serious problems such as blood clots. It's rare. It usually develops slowly, and you might have it for years without knowing. Often the condition is found during a blood test done for another reason. Okay, so maybe he said he had both. I guess that's what I'm getting here. I feel like Boogie probably does have PV, but it just isn't as bad as he makes it out to be. He's been addicted to victimhood for decades. I mean, yeah. I mean, that wouldn't be surprising. But the thing is, like, what matters is if he actually has it or not.
What game's this guy playing? Hey, come out here, fly out here. Let's be friends. Let's hang out. Also, I'm gonna drive the show that you're on into the goddamn ground, right? But also, thanks for flying out here. Thanks for this live with me. Also, I'm f***ing ruining your fat life, you piece of.
You just saw him spit. I saw him visibly spit there in the top left corner. Did you guys see that? I did see that.
So I had some time to think about it because I was on Team Boogie here for a second, and the time I sat there and thought about it, I'm like, okay, so he makes us go out there. We spend all this money, and like regardless, the show's picking it up. The show is basically cutting him own money. You know, it's not like anything else. Like the show is like that profitable that it can eat a $2,000 bill. But I think it's up to us to figure out if we're going to dictate our money or not. I just think it's crappy because Keemstar obviously is still the biggest pool right now, and I think it's a bad timing. Like, even if he gave it October.
But Tommy's going on vacation.
Yeah.
What, is this going to be me and you talking about McDonald's for 2 weeks? Is that what's going to happen, Jordy? We were relying on Keemstar to help Jordy take a vacation, and then the guy quits. Last I heard in the group chat, it says, oh yeah.
Smaggle Daggle is messaging me, telling me to look at certain timestamps. All right. 55 minutes to an hour back. Okay. We'll start with an hour-ish right here.
Expensive, so they decided to forego it. I would like to still get it done because I am hopeful, I am praying that there's a merciful God of the world that would be willing to let this be wrong, even though it most certainly is not.
So why are you talking about expensive cancer treatments if they don't even know if you have cancer? That nothing has been.
They're treating it because they've been treating it for 2 years.
How are they treating it, Boogie?
Blood test, blood thinners, bloodletting, medications. They're trying to get my weight down. I'm seeing the doctor every 3 months. I'm doing blood tests every month. We're doing it.
So they don't know if
what do
you
you
have
wanna
cancer
know?
or not. So can I understand
They're
this?
gonna hold my hand.
Sure, so I mean, I can explain. So I can explain everything, right?
All right.
So
Okay, so this is where Destiny goes in with his autistic analysis and explains that Boogie actually apparently doesn't have cancer. He just thinks he has cancer, or he looked it up and thought he had cancer, but the doctor likely never told him that he didn't have cancer or something. Like, this is such a mess. I really couldn't imagine lying about cancer, but I also couldn't imagine being 300 pounds. Shout out Nicholas Diorio. His condition is more gravy than grave. Lol. Boogie cycle. Lies for attention, gets hate, acts like a victim and hides, then returns like it never happened, and the cycle starts over. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? Even if he is lying about having cancer, there's no way. There's absolutely no way that he's going to leave the internet forever. Like, that's just not, there's no way.
Boogie has a condition called polycythemia, which means there's an elevation.
Polycythemia vera.
Let him talk, you fat. I want to hear the guy that actually knows something.
Polycythemia vera.
Destiny, go ahead.
He knows more about my
Yes, I guarantee. Well, he's
ahead. I was in the room. My girlfriend was in the room when they told me.
You are filibustering. You are.
This is the thing he always does. Like, he just fills up space with like outrage rather than actually, like, he's saying a lot of nothing. He's like, I was there, my girlfriend was there. It's like, okay, well, obviously your girlfriend would just lie for you, right? She's like 20 years old. Apparently she needs to be smoking weed all the time to even function, right? So like, what, am I really supposed to trust Boogie or her? Like, no shade to her, but like, seriously, like, are these the most reliable narrators in the world? No, obviously not.
Filibustering,
Be nice. Be nice.
Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead. Okay, so I think that Boogie was told that he has polycythemia, which means he has an elevation of his red blood cells. Now, there is a cancer known as polycythemia vera, which is caused by a mutation in some part of your body that causes an elevation of 3 different levels of things you'll find. One of those is the red blood cell count. However, when Boogie was talking about the polycythemia, he mentioned a couple things that I thought were interesting. The first was that taking an exogenous hormone, TRT,
Making his voice the largest thing in the room to avoid confrontation. I mean, yeah, literally. He doesn't want to let Destiny talk.
testosterone, that caused a increase in him developing this condition. So taking testosterone will not cause you to develop a cancer. That doesn't not for this particular cancer. It won't. It will cause you to develop secondary polycythemia. The second thing that he mentioned was that his doctor ordered a sleep study. That's because one of the things that can cause your body to produce more red blood cells is if you have hypoxemia, which is a lower count of or a low amount of oxygen in your blood for an extended period of time. And the reason why he ordered that sleep study is probably because Boogie either has pulmonary obstructive something, or he has, as he mentioned, sleep apnea. And sleep apnea, which is a decrease in
Sleep apnea is like you're sleeping and you're constantly like coughing or you can't breathe, right? That's why you wear the CPAP machine. Sleep apnea, right? Puts it on your nose, makes you breathe normal. Instead, of like heart rate getting interrupted because you're like when you're sleeping.
oxygen overnight can lead to a decrease in oxygen in your
I
blood.
want to get a CPAP, to be honest. My nose is up. I need the CPAP.
Which could lead to an increase in the production of red blood cells. All of the things that Boogie described, both the things that cause this and the treatments for it, are consistent with secondary polycythemia. None of these are consistent with cancer, and the fact that he's saying that they've now ordered a biopsy 2 years after. Wait, 2 years after.
May I rebuke?
Let me finish real quick.
He's not done. He's not done.
Yeah. 2 years ago, you said that you had a cancer diagnosis, but now you just said now they're doing a biopsy to check for cancer.
Confirmation.
Wait, so if they're doing a confirmation, why would they need a confirmation now if he knew he had cancer? Like, why would they need to further confirm that he has cancer if he already got diagnosed with cancer, right? Like, it just doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really make sense. Like, you don't have to be a doctor to figure this out.
Is this false MD? Are we treating a blood cancer without actually confirming it yet? For 2 years, you've been having a cancer treatment without confirming there's actually cancer there?
Because it was
He has sleep apnea because he's overweight. I mean, yeah.
in my blood markers, and that's pretty goddamn definitive. You can Google that, Destiny. When you have the hormones, when you have the hormone in the blood that is produced by this cancer, it's pretty goddamn definitive. It doesn't show up for just the sakes of it.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Boogie, you want to keep saying you're the patient. You know what your body has.
Yes.
When I go to the doctor, they give me like this, which is like
Yep.
papers that would tell me.
And I was going to say, Boogie can end this whole
exactly
thing.
the
Tell me a
diagnosis.
single document with polycythemia vera on it. You don't have one. I don't think the doctor ever diagnosed you with it. And
Can I ask you something, Destiny? Is it possible?
Look at his reaction too. Like when he says this, for some reason he won't just say, "I have that. I have a document with polycythemia vera on it." He's just like, look, I'm gonna make a soft prediction right now because I don't want to jump too far ahead of this. Okay, I think Boogie's lying. I think Boogie's probably full of this. I think he probably does not have cancer. Okay, he probably just doesn't have cancer.
Possible that when the doctor was seeing him, they were asking, you could have polycythemia, if I'm saying it correctly, or polycythemia vera, but you don't have the cancer version. You have this version. Is that possible? I'm asking him. Is it? It could be like a loss of translation type situation.
yeah. So polycythemia just means you have an elevation of red blood cells. That's all it means. Your red blood cell count is high.
So you could just be fat and sleep apnea can create that because I'm both.
Sleep apnea could do it. Yeah, anything. Sure. Yeah, like that could cause it. And the fact that Boogie said, we knew that when I was taking TRT, this was a risk of that. That means that risk is to develop secondary
I'm used to the Emily BLM type self-diagnosing themselves with depression, etc. But self-diagnosis cancer as well. The thing is, like, I wonder how conscious of a thing it was for him. I wonder if it was like he looked it up and he was like, oh, my life sucks, so I must just have that. Or I wonder if he like got home and he was like, okay, I'll probably have it. I might have it. I'll just say I have it. And then he just decided to go crazy with it online for sympathy. Like, do you think that could be the case? Because realistically, this was the entire meme behind behind why he did the pump and dump, right? The reason he did the pump and dump was because he has cancer. He needs to pay for it. He needs to pay for cancer treatment. So I could believe he paid for medical bills, I guess. But like, first of all, wouldn't like insurance pay for that a little bit? Maybe, you know, like, I don't know, Medicare, Medicaid. I don't really know the terminology here. And secondly, like, if he did lie about having cancer, like, you realize, like, oh my God, the amount of he's gonna get for this, it will be an avalanche. It will be more insane than anything you people have ever seen in your life. Anyone lying about cancer online, considering how many people have had like a relative who's died of cancer or struggled with, you know, cancer, how scary it is, how gut-wrenching it is, like, the backlash is gonna be a tidal wave. It will be an absolute tidal wave of insanity.
Polycythemia. That was the risk, and then that is what ended up happening, unfortunately. But it's not cancer. That was induced because of just a low oxygenation of the blood.
So why? Explain to me, Destiny, why there are markers, hormone markers in my blood that have tested positively for polycythemia vera. Explain that.
Why is
Look
it
at your medical papers, dude?
I'm never showing any of these mother medical papers. Go yourself. I said that.
The thing is, you can just censor like the names on it, right? You can still show it. Like when I was because I filmed a video with Boogie at one point, which like never came out. But when I was there, he was willing to show me his like bank statement, right? Like some random YouTuber who, well, not random, but like some YouTuber who like he doesn't really have a good reason to trust. He showed me his like bank statements, and I could see everything that's inside of his thing, right? I could see his account and everything in person, and I got it on film too. So like, why is he not willing to show this one thing? It doesn't really make sense.
2 years ago, and I'm staying by it now. Destiny Jackson Clark, Keemstar, you can see it when I die. It's my goddamn medical record. I've given you every goddamn phone call. I've given you every text. I've given you. It's never made a single goddamn thing better. I'm not gonna do it. Go.
Okay, but obviously, like, if you're telling the truth about this, like, and it's so easy to just disprove, like, why would you not do it? Like, why this obstinance to revealing whether or not you actually did this, right? Like, there's literally no good reason to not show your medical documents. Like, you can censor the doctor's name. You could show it to someone who won't publicize it, so they can confirm, like, yep, you have it. Show it to Destiny. Destiny wouldn't publicize it, right? Like, why this obstinance to this is the question you have to ask. Why does he refuse? Why is he so stubborn to prove this? And when you ask him why, he's like, well, everybody's called me a liar for years, so this wouldn't change anything. And it's like, but obviously it would. Like, you're being accused of the worst thing ever right now. You have to show it. You have to show it. He was willing to show Muda his GF's license. Yeah. Like, so why wouldn't he show the cancer thing? He's showing Muda his 20-year-old girlfriend's driver's license to prove that she's 20, but he's not willing to show like this. I don't understand. I don't understand at all. He's allowing so much doubt here. Nobody can be blamed for calling him a liar. I mean, the thing is, like, you should probably always expect Boogie's lying, but I don't want to call him an outright liar without proof that he's lying. But if he's not willing to show this, like, considering just what he's saying and how stupid he sounds, like, it seems likely.
Is this right now by just showing
I would rather you mother continue to LARP than to have the last goddamn thing. The last goddamn thing.
You're the one who accused of LARPing.
Security I have in the world.
You're the one being accused of LARPing.
The easy thing here is if there are blood markers that definitively confirm polycythemia vera as a blood cancer, then why are they doing a biopsy?
Because I'm insisting on it, because I'm hoping they're wrong.
No, wait, why would you have
Wait, what are you talking about? You're hoping they're wrong, so there's a possibility you don't actually have it then? You moron! You fat liar! So you don't even know if they're right. Bro. Dude, I think he just lied. I think he's full of... What the... He's got real issues, has victim complex, and is a compulsive liar. It's just sad that he has absolutely no interest in doing better, just keeps digging. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely sad.
To insist on a biopsy if you can confirm with a with blood markers. It's because you
I'm
can't.
hoping that I are wrong. Because I'm hoping
If
they
you're
are
hoping
wrong.
they're wrong, then why 2 years ago were you talking about fighting cancer? Why would you be
Because
talking
I have
about
been for 2 years, Destiny.
fighting cancer?
But
How?
listen,
With what? With blood thinners?
Like, why would you say you're fighting cancer for 2 years if you're like still trying to figure out if you actually have it? Like, you've been saying you're fighting cancer. The reason I did the crypto scam, I was fighting cancer. The reason I did this, I was fighting cancer. So why would you now be like, I'm still trying to figure out if I have cancer? Like, what does that mean? Oh, shit. Apparently Medicare just called in. We got a little clip.
Here's the thing, because I did a stream, you know, because I had people saying, oh, you're faking cancer, Jim. So I showed my diagnoses and stuff like that. I'm going to guess he's working on a system similar to Epic, which most medical people do. You should be able to go right into diagnoses, and it's going to list everything that a doctor has ever said you had.
Yep, I just read it to him.
Okay, and so it lists the cancer there?
Yes.
Okay, so you could screen cap that and just show it. I mean, that's what I did, and then that would be the end of it.
Absolutely. And I made the decision 2 years ago that I would not do that, and I would rather leave the internet than to give the last shred of privacy I have left.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean? The last shred of privacy I have, like, but it's not even private. If you're saying that you have it, then it's not private. The only thing that's private is the confirmation, right? What do you, like, what is this giant obstacle? I would rather not show it to save the last bit of privacy I have left. He's doing like an Old Country for No Men, like, movie impression. It's like, the last bit of privacy I have left from you sick online. You'll never believe me anyway. So why would I give it to you? Brother. Apparently Boogie got rid of his social media. Yes, his Twitter is gone. What the is going on, bro? What is going on, chat? He may have just lied. Boogie's such a huge liar. I have no clue why anyone would be surprised. I mean, the thing is, like, I think it's just surprising he would lie about something so serious and insane. Like, lying about everything else he's lied about is already bad enough. Like, the swatting, that's bad enough. But, like, lying about this in particular is, like, it's so mind-breaking. He's fighting the truth, not cancer. He's running from it. He's running from the truth.
Here's the thing. I understand the privacy argument, you know.
I should have never went public with it.
No. Let me finish. I mean, you can redact information. There's no issue with that. But just show, I mean, it literally is just a page that says patient diagnoses.
Yep.
And then it lists what you have. It doesn't tell you who the doctor is. It doesn't tell you what hospital you go to. It literally just says the disease name.
And I won't be doing that.
But I don't understand why not.
Because he does have cancer. He does have cancer.
Yeah, that's going to be the narrative they'll go with. So.
Why is he saying the narrative they'll go with? Like, what the narrative they'll go with? Like, once again, already playing the victim. Like, dude, if you have cancer, like, just tell the world that you have cancer. Like, you've already told them. Just confirm it. So there'll be no doubt. And then this can just be over. Like, this whole thing can be over. You won't have to play the victim. You don't have to manipulate anyone. But I think that if you go in that thing, it doesn't show it, I would guess. I guess it doesn't show that at all. I guess it doesn't show polycythemia vera. And he knows he doesn't have the time to Photoshop when he's on a live stream, right? Thank you, Futile, for becoming a member. I think, and I'm just theorizing, but Boogie has a few bolts missing. I think you're right, Aiden. Boogie running from the truth is the only running he's ever done in his life. Yeah. When you're right, buddy. Hot take, he lied about being abused. Trauma victims generally aren't super eager to constantly bring up their past trauma over and over again. It's possible. I don't know. I mean, if he's willing to lie about the cancer thing, I wouldn't doubt it, but, you know, I'd have to know a little more about the situation. The thing is, like, something must have made him such a fat liar, right? Like, he definitely had a tough childhood. Like, he must have.
Oh, that's the
well,
one.
no, I mean, I'm legit trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. When I shit on you for the crypto thing, man, I said I'd take your word that you had cancer. I'd take your word that, you know, the medical expensive.
Yep.
So I mean, this seems like
I spent 2 years treating a disease that doesn't exist. These people used to be my friends, and I genuinely would have never believed it would even come to this. And I just, man,
once again, like, with the playing the victim, like, these people are supposed to be my friends. Like, well, bro, like, they're also your, like, coworkers, your collaborators. You're a maligned person online. You're on the Lol Cow podcast, right? Like, all of a sudden, this is like your long-standing best friends, Wings of Redemption, Tommy C and Keemstar, people you met and started talking to like less than a year ago for this podcast. Like, once again, with the playing the victim, like, it's so easy. It's so easy to just prove that you have cancer, and he refuses to do it. I think it's because he doesn't have it, honestly. Back to the main podcast.
Which one for you, Boogie?
because you treat polycythemia vera almost identically to the way that you treat polycythemia, because you can't attack the cancer directly. All you can do is treat the symptoms, and the symptoms are identical to polycythemia because it's the same thing, with the exception of one's getting caused by an external source and the other's being caused by cancer. And in this case, it's getting caused by cancer, Destiny.
So I do think there are different treatments available for polycythemia vera, and I think that the outcomes for that are significantly worse than just having it induced by some other thing like sleep apnea or hypoxia. But I mean, if you wanted to,
is pretty identical. The treatment plan is pretty identical.
So if there are two huge things. So one, you could show it to a private party and they could confirm, somebody like Keemstar. But two, the issue is that if you want to keep your medical issues to yourself, I think everybody is entitled to that right, obviously.
I should have never talked about it to begin with.
The thing is, like, he never kept it to himself in the first place. Like, he he made it public that he had cancer, and now he won't prove that he had cancer, right? Like, you're not entitled to the privacy really anymore. Like, you already gave it up. Like, do you have to show your medical screenshot? I guess you don't have to, but like, people are going to assume you're lying otherwise, especially with the inconsistency of your explanations, with the fact you don't seem to know a lot about what you have, and Destiny knows more about what you have by 20 minutes of Google, right? Like, it doesn't really make sense.
This is one of the reasons I was going to do a GoFundMe. This is one of the reasons I was going to do a GoFundMe, was because they verify, for the record. They verify. That would be the third party that I would go forward with.
Yeah, so GoFundMe does not do the best verification, as has been proven multiple times in the past. But the issue is that you say that you shouldn't have.
Look at how he's like, GoFundMe verifies. Destiny's like, they don't really verify. Boogie's like, yeah, you're right. Like, why does he instantly just gives in because he doesn't know what he's talking about? He pulls things out of his ass. Almost everything this guy says is a lie. When he gets caught, he will just make it up and he'll say it with confidence. And he probably used to do this in real life and everybody just believed him. But now that he's online and he's recorded all the time and people have to like pay attention to him, they start noticing the inconsistencies.
Talked about it, but the fact is that you did the day that you got the diagnosis. You're like, well, I was considering doing this, but I just got my diagnosis today. So you did it instantly.
I sat on it for a while.
On your tweet, did you not say that I got my diagnosis today and then talk about it?
They told me, they told me in the office that they were worried about it. Then they did.
Yeah, Nick made a great tweet just summarizing it. Boogie would rather blow up his only income than show his diagnosis in private. It makes no sense. And the only reasonable explanation for this is that Boogie does not have this diagnosis and he lied. That's it. That's literally it. Like, that's the only explanation. There's no reason to not show his cancer diagnosis, at least to these people in private. I despise people who edge morality to take advantage of others only to pretend they're not aware of anything they've done. Well, you must love Boogie then. I still can't believe he uses his autism diagnosis as a way to garner sympathy. I have it and it ain't fun. May the Lord preserve him. Preserve him? What? I think you spelled two. Is PERSEV a word? Persevere is a word. What the f are you talking about? Edging mentioned. Based.
Did the blood test. Then yes, I did tweet about it on the day that I got confirmation.
Oh, I've been married a long time ago.
But I sat on it for a couple of months before. Or for a couple of weeks. For talking about it because it took a while for us to get the blood results.
Married.
So you sat on it when you didn't know the answer? That's not called sitting on it. That's just called waiting for an answer.
He crushed
also,
it.
if you were so
Now he deactivated his Twitter, and if by some miracle he actually does have cancer, people already think he's lying. This man can't do himself any favors. Dude, the thing is, like, there's literally no reason to not have shown it. There's no reason to not have already shown his diagnosis, so it must just not exist. It must just not exist, dude. I live in the same town as Boogie, and there are way too many guys who act and look almost exactly like him. Is that in, was it Fayetteville?
On diagnosing whether you had cancer or not. Why would you wait 2 years?
Smegla says Boogie has now refused $25,000 to release the medical documents. Oh my god.
I never followed my Twitter before, but I tend to tweet as it happens. This one I decided to stand on for a little while.
Real-time news, mother.
I don't understand why you're waiting.
Style cancer diagnosis.
This is pretty serious.
There is no cancer. It's secondary polycythemia. There is no cancer here. There's no proof of it. You can't show anybody proof of it because it's not real. And yeah, I don't know. As somebody that, like, his mom had cancer, it's just a little bit gross. I feel like when people are talking publicly about fighting cancer and stuff.
The person that faked cancer before, the chick. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, only had cancer once. Yeah.
I told Tommy I would call in and I will personally contribute $5,000 from the Turkey Tom Empire to that pot to make it $30K. Sweeten the deal. Okay. I'm personally pledging an extra $5,000 to get these medical documents.
That's vintage.
Emily from RuneScape.
There's so many people that don't know that meme right now.
Can I ask Boogie, is it possible that you just jumped the gun on releasing your diagnosis thing?
No.
You don't think you jumped the gun a little bit?
Anything is possible, sure.
I just don't understand why you won't just go grab a piece of paper and just disprove them. Like,
Because
you
I don't
have
have
all these feelings.
Because they don't have
They have
printouts.
nothing with those words on it.
And like I said a year ago, when
Notice, like, here he's saying I don't have printouts, but then later he's like, oh, I do have it on my phone, but I won't show it, right? Like, they just want to reveal it for some reason.
these mother tried to get it to begin with.
Hold on.
This is the one last thing I left.
Excuse,
You mother were in my marriage. You guys were in everything else. You're in every aspect of my life. Let me have one goddamn thing.
You're trying to tell me.
Let me have cancer.
I would rather Dick Soto tomorrow lead Boogie lies about cancer than to hand this over to you pieces of. That's just.
This?
I'd rather do that. I'd rather do that. Go ahead, print it, Dick Soto. Go ahead and print it.
Can you get your patient portal up on your phone and like send it
Sure,
to Tommy?
I'm not going to. Sure,
He's never doing that. He does not have a cancer diagnosis. There's 0% chance he has one. Every leading thing for this cancer diagnosis the doctor talked about has to do with secondary polycythemia. The sleep apnea was a contributor to that, and the TRT was contributed to that.
Except for the hormone markers in my blood. Except for we're convenient.
Yeah, but if you had hormone markers for it, that's either a definitive diagnosis, in which case you wouldn't be getting a biopsy 2 years later, or it wasn't definitive, and you would have gotten a biopsy 2 years later instead of saying they're treating you for cancer for 2 years. You just said before that you don't have the money for extra medical stuff. If they don't need that test to confirm cancer, why would you spend extra money on a biopsy you don't need?
Have you heard of this, Destiny? I just got a bit of a windfall. Might have heard about it.
You may have heard of it. We have.
What's a windfall?
He did a $10,000 crypto scam using partly his.
Wait, was it today or yesterday that I called into his stream? I can't remember if it was today or yesterday that I called in. Was it today? I think it was. Was it today that I called in? I can't even remember, dude. But I called into his stream and he didn't know about any of this crypto stuff. Like apparently somebody in chat had told him it was boring. And I was like, you need to like look at this. Like you need to just look at it. And he reacted to it. And he instantly, when Boogie talked about the cancer, he was like, I bet Boogie's lying. And now here we are. That's how all of this started.
Cancer thing as an excuse for why he needed to scam his fans.
I wanted to join real quick because you just got caught lying about me to CoffeeZilla. All right, and now you're being confronted. And now you're being confronted on one of the biggest lies on internet history.
I don't consider it.
And you won't prove it?
No.
You won't prove it?
I'd rather you go ahead and print it.
If this is true, and you lied about cancer, this is the biggest scandal on the internet.
And it's not, but go ahead and print it anyway. Go ahead and print it anyway. I pretty much prove it. None of you mother. This 2 years ago, and I'm not doing it today. Go right ahead.
But like, why? Why would you not do it today? There's no good reason to not prove that you have cancer. There's no good reason. The last time was a privacy. You don't give a about that anyway. People know your address. People know your girlfriend's name. You showed her ID to Mudahar. Every piece of your privacy is already gone. You already said you have cancer, so why not just prove that you have cancer? Why this obstinance? The only reasonable explanation for that is that he's lying. That or he is literally the most person in the world, and like honestly his reputation is worse than having cancer. Like this should just be over already, to be honest. Like there's no reason to not prove it, bro. There's like literally no reason to not prove it. It's just a screenshot. All the screenshot would show is that he has cancer. That's literally it. That's literally it. What he's gonna do is like go offline and pray that he actually has a cancer diagnosis, which is a crazy thing to pray for, so that he can show the internet eventually that he does have cancer. And he'll be like, I was right the whole time.
Print it the way it is. Go right ahead. I'm okay with it.
Okay, so I guess just to wrap up, because we don't want to take all your guys' time tonight. So just as a couple things, right? So the story as laid out, if you look up secondary polycythemia versus polycythemia vera, all of the leading things that Boogie talks about.
Why did he delete his Twitter? He's still on stream, right? He's still in the stream. He deleted his Twitter? Like, why? Why did he delete his Twitter? Is it just like to farm sympathy? Is Twitter that big of a deal? He's already got this whole chat with 8,000 people here. I mean, 3,000 people on mine on him. Like, what? Why even delete the Twitter? Is it just so he can be like, oh, I'm so sad?
He
deleted YouTube? There's no way he deleted his YouTube, bro. There's no way. No, he didn't delete it. It's still there. So once you sue over faking cancer in order to force him to release the documents to prove or disprove it, can you sue him for that? I mean, I guess maybe somebody who got scammed, so to speak, by the crypto rug pull thing could be like, well, I thought the money was going to his cancer and it actually wasn't, so therefore I deserve compensation. Maybe that's how it would be released. But I mean, that would be an extremely long legal process, and Boogie can't even afford to hire a lawyer, I assume. What if Boogie has like $5 million secretly? Can you imagine that? What if Boogie has like $5 million just hiding in escrow somewhere, and he's just been like playing the entire internet when secretly he had the money the whole time? That would be so cool.
Condition are consistent with secondary polycythemia, not the mutation that would cause polycythemia vera. The things that Boogie says that his doctor wants him to check for afterwards, like doing a sleep study, are consistent with secondary polycythemia, not primary polycythemia. And the fact that he says that he had the blood markers or something to confirm it 2 years ago, but is now getting a biopsy for secondary confirmation, even though he says he doesn't have the money for medical bills. But I guess now that he does have money, he's going to waste all of it on biopsying things that are already confirmed, or at least confirmed enough that he wanted to talk about it publicly for 2 years ago, and then use it to fundraise the money that he now has so that he can do the biopsy. That I don't even think he's doing, by the way. I don't think he's actually doing that.
So Destiny, to summarize,
if he wanted to disprove it, all he has to do is show a private party this particular medical thing, and yeah, it would be.
To summarize, Jesse, you're basically saying he's kind of unlucky he doesn't have cancer.
What did he spend the 10K on? He claims he spent it on medical debt that he'd racked up and he needed to pay for. I believe that is Boogie2988's explanation. Yeah.
I mean, for this particular case, yeah. If Boogie can confirm, that he has polycythemia vera, and he actually has like a doctor confirmation of the blood cancer, I'll throw $5,000 towards his medical treatment. I'll make that personal pledge right now.
And realistically, there's no reason to not take that because he needs money. He absolutely needs money right now. So why would he not? Why would he not accept that? $5,000 would be basically life-changing for him. I mean, that would like pay off his mortgage at least for the month. That would pay off his groceries. That would contribute towards medical bills. Like $5,000 would be great. And apparently, this amount is now up to $30,000, and he is still refusing to show the proof. Like the only explanation is that he's lying. Right? To me, that's the only explanation. Either that or he's like literally the dumbest mother around, which is totally possible, and Boogie is super stupid. But considering his history of lying, like it wouldn't surprise me at all. Frankly, it wouldn't surprise me at all. And thank God for Destiny getting involved in the drama. Holy shit. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag blessed.
No problem. You're not seeing my medical records for 20.
No idea who Dan is, but I like cowboy hat. Dan is actually really cool. Dan is the creator of Tiny Chat back in the day. He's a multi-millionaire evil landlord, Jewish, loves his children. He's base in every way, in my opinion.
50. You're not seeing my medical records.
$5,000.
I said this. I
said this to you medical records.
Okay, so I just want people to remember in the future then, when Boogie says, I have to do XYZ scam to raise money because my medical bills are hurting so much, he can speak publicly about his medical issues to scam his fans to raise money, but he can't take $5,000 to privately confirm a diagnosis already publicly said he has. Doesn't make any sense, but
even I have a limit.
What do you mean even I have a limit? No, you don't, dude. You filmed yourself in the bathtub with your girl, like rubbing up, oiled up, grinding against each other, getting baby Gronk and Livied up in the tub, rub-a-dub tub in the tub on a documentary, and you refuse. You're the last bastion of privacy is showing a screenshot that you have cancer. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Am I wrong here, chat? Am I wrong here? I think I'm right on the money. I think I'm right on the money. Okay. There's no reason to not show this. This is total nonsense.
What's the limit though?
It's a bad.
Boogie's irredeemable. I mean, if this is true, he's completely irredeemable. It's over.
And he, there's a big history of people, I guess, scamming people with cancer, and it's like the worst of the worst. Sure. And you're getting confronted with that right now. When your response to that is,
Go ahead.
I'm not going ahead. I'm explaining to you.
All right. Ahead. I don't.
I'm not going ahead with it.
He's speaking to you.
No, I'm saying run with the story. I don't care.
Why we're in this situation is just that.
Why are you being so?
People view this as one of the lowest things,
if
right?
If you 100% believe you have polycythemia vera, why aren't you just trying to disprove that? Other than them making you look like you're.
Can you flex your massive biceps for us? You know what? I'm glad you asked. Because obviously I can. Okay. Obviously it's not a problem for me. Boogie, imagine if you look like this, then you wouldn't have cancer. Okay. Then you wouldn't have cancer. Cancer doesn't matter when you're this huge, Boogie, okay? When you're this giant. When you're as big as me, Boogie, you can't get cancer, okay?
Because 2 years ago, I'd rather that.
Why would you rather that? That's so stupid.
This is the last thing I have is my medical records.
All right, do you care about
if I hand this over, I've given over literally every goddamn thing.
What do you mean I've given over every goddamn thing I have? You're a on the internet! You're a bro, just release it. I'm sorry, just release it. There's no reason to not release it. There's no reason to not release the proof that you have cancer. There's zero reason. There's zero reason to not release the evidence that you have cancer in this situation. I'm sorry. There's no reason. There is no reason. You're a moron. You have no brain. You have no brain. You'll get $30,000 if you release it. I'm sweating my ass off. There's no reason to not reveal your medical documents. I'm sorry. Maybe he's just waiting until he gets 100K for the medical records. Dude, I offered him $100,000 right now, which is like a lot of money, okay? He would not do it. He would not do it. Because he knows he doesn't have it. He would be lying. He would have to be like, okay, give me like 3 hours so I can Photoshop it. And then I would sue his ass. YouTube's biggest money whore not taking 30K is, yeah, it is absolutely. He's willing to scam his fans for 30K, but he won't show a medical document. Hold on. Tweet time. He's willing to scam his fans for 10K, but won't prove he has cancer for 30K. Make of that what you will. Popping off.
Directly to Destiny
If
himself.
Thomas is the gamer word, this will be a stream. I would not do that ever.
I mean, Destiny's not going to put your medical records all.
Destiny, had he, and you know what, this might have turned out differently had he messaged me the night before. And we had the conversation.
Yeah. You wouldn't have nagged him for a whole night not to come out.
Why the whole big story, not just the confirmation?
Because I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, thanks a lot, guys.
Take care,
cool.
Destiny.
We'll
Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
All right, so Destiny gets off at this point. I assume there's nothing eventful happening until around the time that Mediker calls in, which is, you just find out. Oh, there he is. Okay. Jim Mediker, the GOAT, someone who's inspired a lot of commentary channels and made a lot of great content back in the day. Still like the streams. Curious to hear what he has to say. He was sounding very nice to Boogie, and keep in mind he's in a bit of a unique and relatable position to Boogie2988, or he would be if Boogie was telling the truth, because he actually has cancer, and you know, it was looking pretty grim. I think a lot of people thought he would be dead from it by now. He's still alive. He's pushing on. So basically, he's gonna give the hot takes, the lowdown on the situation. Okay, he's gonna really dig in, and he'll provide some unique information, perspective, perhaps a unique way he could show the medical documents. Okay, perhaps through his phone, he could show the medical documents, and that's what Jim Mediker is going to bring to the table.
So what's going on? I got a DM from Keemstar telling me to check out a clip from Destiny, and then I watched the Destiny clip, and it's saying that that Boogie's faking his cancer.
Yep, that seems to be the narrative.
Okay, so why don't you walk me through why Destiny believes you're faking the cancer?
He doesn't know the difference between polycythemia vera and secondary polycythemia, and he thinks that I've gotten confused between the two, and that somehow I'm so stupid as to. I think that's the. Am I missing something there?
You're missing a big portion. Jim, what he's missing is to disprove Destiny's whole claims, and because Destiny made a solid case he didn't have polycythemia vera. All he has to do is show that a diagnosis.
I notice, like, this is another tactic of a manipulator. Like, he's never willing to accurately summarize the situation, right? Anytime he's asked about it, he will, like, summarize it in a very dismissive, favorable way to him, and never in a way that makes him look bad at all. I don't know why he thinks he can get away with that. Maybe he genuinely thinks nobody else on this panel is gonna, like, say the truth. Maybe he's in denial himself about what he did, but yeah. Like, come on.
From a doctor, from his patient portal, that he has polycythemia vera.
And I'm looking at it right now. And
he refuses to do it.
And Jim, here's my ongoing theory. I think he was diagnosed with this disease or whatever, the non-cancer type, and he rushed to the internet, which he already confirmed. As soon as he was told he had this, he ran and made a video, and then found out it's the non-cancer one after he already told the internet he had cancer. Because that's what Destiny really hit him on. That
very likely explanation, chat.
Boogie has a certain...
And once again, like, he's saying, like, oh, well, why are you going in for a biopsy? Because I want confirmation, because I don't want it to be true. But it's like, but you just spent the last 2 years telling the internet you do have cancer. So, like, what... But that doesn't make, like, so you don't know that you do? And he's like, well, no, I do, but I just want to make sure again. It's like, but that doesn't make sense. So you just don't have it. So you don't have it. W Arms, very basado and rojo pastillado. Thank you very much, Haddix.
Disease that's not cancer. Now there's a similar name one that is. And Boogie, all he has to do is prove it. He's got the paperwork right in front of him. All he has to do is show the internet.
Yeah, but the paperwork probably doesn't say what he wants it to say. Look at his face. He looks like a kid that got caught. He looks like he's frustrated that he got caught, you know? Body language is important sometimes, chat. And I usually don't read into it too much, but in the case of Boogie2988, it is my personal belief that his body language is indicative of him being an obese liar. Like always.
That he actually does have this and he refuses to do it.
Well, and here's the thing, because I did a stream, you know, because I had people saying, oh, you're faking cancer, Jim. So I showed...
Hold on. Nick tweets out, Boogie tried to pivot off the cancer stuff to say he pinned down an abusive ex-girlfriend and he wants to confess. What?
I told one of these guys this in private. I'm not entirely certain. My very first girlfriend was physically abusive to me. And so as part of my childhood, when we were 16, 17 years old, because she would hit me and stuff, I ended up holding her down. I ended up pinning her against the wall to make her stop hurting me and hurting herself, and I've carried tremendous guilt about it for my entire life. And I know as soon as I ever said that, it would mean that people would think I beat women. And so I've held it in.
I literally don't care. Nobody cares about that right now.
Yeah. Why is this even being brought up? Like, why is this even being brought up right now? Why is this part of the conversation? Did anyone ask? Literally, who asked? Literally a who asked situation. Nobody would ever think that if a girl is beating you and you pin her against the wall to make her stop, you're beating a girl. Nobody would say that. Moist Critical wouldn't say that. Nobody would say that. You're bringing this up to deflect. And what if you think that people are going to interpret it that way? Then why are you even bringing it up right now? Boogie is the antithesis to the black pill. Dude, Boogie is proof that no matter how fat you are, you can always get fatter.
My diagnosis and stuff like that, I'm going to guess he's working on a system similar to Epic, which most medical people do. You should be able to go right into diagnoses, and it's going to list everything that a doctor has ever said you had.
Yep, I just read it to him.
Okay, and so it lists the cancer there?
Yes.
Bruh. I made this tweet about Boogie having cancer, and this was in the replies. Huh. Whoa. Whoa.
Okay, so you could screen cap that and just show it. I mean, that's what I did.
No gooning allowed.
And then that would be the end of it.
Absolutely. And I made the decision 2 years ago that I would not do that, and I would rather leave the internet than to give the last shred of privacy I have left.
Well, no,
to the tax folder. Yeah, bro.
Here's the thing. I understand the privacy argument. You know,
I should have never went public with it.
No. Let me finish. I mean, you can redact information. There's no issue with that. But just show. I mean, it literally is just a page that says patient diagnoses.
Yep.
And then it lists what you have. It doesn't tell you who the doctor is. It doesn't tell you what hospital you go to.
And this is it. Like, even if he had like a piece of paperwork that did show like the doctor, the hospital location, he could just censor that and then post it. But he refuses to, because I think he knows he's lying. And even Medicare right now is giving him another explanation. He's like, there's an online service you can use. Boogie's like, yep, I know what that is. Epic, whatever the it is, right? Medical service you can use that shows your diagnoses. He's like, you can use that. It doesn't show anything but the diagnosis. You can send a screenshot to the people in this chat. It doesn't even need to be made public. So you still maintain your privacy, but it's just sent to them. And Boogie still refuses to do that.
It literally just says the disease name.
And I won't be doing that.
But I don't understand why not.
Because he doesn't have cancer. He doesn't have cancer.
Yeah, that's going to be the narrative they'll go with. So that's the
one. Again, that's the narrative they'll go with. They don't have to go with that narrative. You can literally prove right now that narrative is false. You can do it right now. You can prove that it's false by showing the document that you refuse to show. There's no reason to not show it. There's no reason. There's no good reason. You haven't given one. Every reason you've given is bad. And you know what it is, chat? You know what it is? Every time with Boogie, the answer is that he's probably lying. And in this case, I'm personally giving it, based on his reaction, a 78.99967148823% chance that he's full of shit. Okay. You guys can let me know what you think about that.
I mean, I'm legit trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. When I on you for the crypto thing, man, I said, I'd take your word that you had cancer. I'd take your word that, you know, the medical expensive.
Yep.
So I mean, this seems like
I spent 2 years treating a disease that doesn't exist. These people used to be my friends, and I genuinely would have never believed it would even.
But the thing is, like, you could be treating something that's not cancer, right? Like, you could easily be treating something that's just not cancer, and that is like an explanation that could exist. And you're saying like these people used to be my friends, but like you would do the same to them. Like, you're online, you're on the internet, you're on a drama podcast about you being a lolcow. It's called the Lolcow Podcast. Obviously, if people think you're lying about cancer, they're going to want proof that you're not lying about cancer. And when you're unwilling to provide it, the only conclusion they can actually draw, especially when the evidence is so easy to provide, is that you are lying about cancer.
And come to this, and I'm just rather be done, man. I'm good. I'm good.
I'd rather be done. What, you're going to kill yourself, pussy? You're going to kill yourself, really? Because people think you're lying about cancer. Sneeko in chat says, if life turns its back on you, grab its cheeks. Based.
Some kind of backstab? I mean, anybody
can
confront
not at all.
Nobody's
backstab. Do you think I backstabbed you by having Destiny on?
No, not at all.
One of the biggest streamers coming on our show.
I feel like this could have been a private conversation, and I would have shown you, Keem, specifically.
Wait, okay, how about this?
Once again, with the playing the victim, right? This could have been a private conversation. Like, dude, it's the Lolcow Podcast. Like, this is what you talk about. You talk about drama. You talk about your personal life. You talk about everything. You already spill so much about your personal life online. You willingly talked about the fact that you were allegedly abused by your father and mother, whenever else happened in your childhood, right? Like, you volunteer that information. Why would you not volunteer this? Why would you not just explain what is going on? Out of curiosity, what led to this moment? I'm trying not to take credit for this too much, but I was involved. Okay, so I must take credit. Everyone please salute the flag of Turkey Tom. The goat is always, okay? Essentially what happened is I went on Destiny's stream to talk about drama, and I wanted to talk about the Boogie thing with the crypto pump and dump, and a minor aspect of that, well, a major aspect, but a kind of a footnote in the context that we were talking about it in the Coffee CoffeeZilla interview was Boogie saying the reason I did this was for money for cancer treatments, and the money's already been spent on that. Therefore, can I give it back? Right? And Destiny didn't believe that he was telling the truth, so he looked into it and he said it on his podcast, and then he called into this show and he said that he thought Boogie was lying, and he explained, you know, this diagnosis, that diagnosis, polycythemia vera. It's unlikely that you actually have cancer, and Boogie is like being obstinate about it. He's like, how dare you, which is what he always does. And now that's how we got in this situation. That's how we got in the situation, basically. Yeah, Destiny started the theory. Yeah.
Instead of playing to the audience, like I get it. I get you've got a podcast going. I get the drama thing. I get all of that. And there's a lot of getting flung around.
Yeah, I'm not playing to any audience.
No. What I'm saying is, could you screen cap that, and then one of these three guys, because you've worked with them, and show them, but nobody else, because I'm sure everybody would.
That's something I could do, and I will never do it. But between now and when I die, they'll never.
Because I don't know, like I don't know your relationship.
I'll have it tweeted when I'm dead. Don't worry about that. But I guess they'll see when I'm gone.
But if they're giving you this accusation, right? I don't get why it would shut them up immediately, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then nobody else would ever have to see it. You keep your privacy.
Sure would.
I don't understand why you wouldn't be willing. I mean, that just seems weird to me.
I'm good.
You're gonna walk away from this looking like
I'm not walking away from. Yeah, I'm not.
Well, no, but I mean, it's gonna look like you made it up now.
Sure, let him have it. I'm good.
He's waddling away. He's waddling away from the internet. It's bullshit, Boogie. You're obviously lying. Just be real with us.
Go with it.
You know, we're
go with it.
As a member of the Fats, we disowned this one. I'm glad the Fattians, the Obesian tribe has you know gotten rid of Boogie. They've said he's not getting sturdy on their block.
Honestly, I expect lies from you, but I don't expect this. This is wild.
Yeah,
but
which obviously I did not do.
And this is the thing, like, I expect Boogie to lie about everything, but, like, lying about cancer is just, like, it just seems, even though he's a pathological liar, it seems like such a stupid thing to lie about. And maybe he thought he would get away with it because he would just never have to prove it, and people would never really question him that much, but I feel like it's obvious that people would question everything about him, especially this. And now that he's unwilling to show the proof, like, obviously people are going to think he's lying. Apparently the bid has been increased to $65,000 now, which, by the way, would probably pay for the rest of his treatment, help pay off his house, like, so much money. And he still refuses to show proof.
Or would.
But I can see how this happened because they told you that you had this disease. You Googled it.
Why is he doing this loudly in the mic? Just with his drink. Just jerking off that straw. Do you think there's any possible way at all for Boogie to come back respect-wise, or do you think he's permanently done? I mean, he doesn't really have respect anyway, to be honest. Like, he's already the lowest of the low. This is just like another nail in the coffin when he's already 20 feet buried underground, but absolutely not. Like, this is literally it. There's no redemption from this kind of thing, right? Like, will there always be like 5 people out there who somehow feel bad for him because they are just as fat and pathetic as he is and like live this Discord mod lifestyle and refuse to change themselves? Yes, those people will always exist. Literally 5 of them will exist, like 5 people individually out there will exist, but no, there's no coming back from this. No, it might even implode the Lookout podcast. Who knows if these guys are even going to want to talk to him after this. What's next? He lied about his young wife. Well, she's not his wife, she's his girlfriend, but I think he showed the ID to Mutahar already, so I doubt he lied about that. I wouldn't want to make that claim. I'm 100% on board with him mistakenly saying he had cancer and then lied for 2 years after realizing his mistake. Yeah, it's very possible, but the fact that like making that kind of mistake is so huge and then like never looking into it or owning up to it, like he could have like years ago owned up to this if he realized he was wrong and just done it out of his own accord, but he didn't do that, right? He hid it for years, apparently, if that's the explanation we're going for.
And you rushed to make a video that you have cancer. And then you found out later that you don't, but you had to continue the lie.
Yeah, that'll be the story you guys will tell and enjoy.
What do you mean? It's not a story. I know this is how it played out. I know it is.
Is there anybody? Okay, let's say you've got issues with them, right?
Yeah.
Is there anybody?
Seen it? My roommate's seen it.
Well, no. I mean, but aside from somebody that lives with you, like a CoffeeZilla or some neutral,
my most confident people. No, there's
but I mean, like a neutral third party.
Other than my most confident people that I trust, I would know. No, I'm not. And even in that, I wouldn't do that. I could call Desi in here right now and she would, and I won't even do that.
Why not? You're willing to show her naked in a documentary. You're willing to pimp her out in her underwear for your crypto scam, but you won't bring her in here to say you have cancer? As if she would even be a reliable narrator anyway. But I guess this obstinance to like telling the truth about this is absolutely insane.
No, thank you. I'm good.
I mean, it looks bad. You understand that? It looks terrible.
Yes, I know. I'm good.
Can I ask you, I mean, when you got the diagnosis, how did they diagnose you? And can you say that at least?
Yes.
Look at Wings shoveling the dirt onto Boogie. Oh yeah, they never owning up to it. Dude's dog hits. Dude's dog's hit and will never come back from this dirt sack. I don't really know what that means. This dog is hit. But thanks for the dono.
We did a blood test, which we do every 3 months or 6 months regularly. They saw that my red blood cell counts were up. We had a conversation about that. I didn't think too terribly much about it. He said he wanted to check for blood markers.
Boogie's downfall makes Wings even more base in how he was able to come back with this that has happened to him over the years. I mean, Wings is not half as bad as Boogie. I think we can agree with that. Like, he's not super likable, but by comparison to him, to Boogie especially, like, Wings is like the best guy ever. He's cool. That was all shot, Jot.
Polycythemia vera. They look for a specific hormone in the blood that is produced. They found it. He called me and let me know that they found it, that means I have polycythemia vera and that we're going to treat it, but the treatment plan doesn't change very much because you cannot treat the cancer directly, so you have to treat the symptoms. And so for the last 2 years, we've been doing that. And one of the things I would like to do is because there is a chance that those blood markers are being brought on from another reason, even though it's invasive and expensive.
Wait, so why is he saying now there's another reason that the blood markers are being brought on? So he doesn't definitively know if he has cancer, but he said it? Is that his explanation now? Because originally it was like, I totally have cancer. Now it's like, well, maybe, you know, it's possible I don't. I mean, we got to get the confirmation, but I mean, I still said it for the past 2 years. Like, this doesn't make any sense.
Pretty pointless. I was going to go ahead and push for the bone marrow biopsy because I would very much, now that I have a girlfriend and somebody that I love in my life, I would very much like for them to be wrong. And it's like a 1 in 1,000 shot, but I thought I would take it. And so that's how Destiny's come up with his LARP and all this other stuff.
Why is he saying LARP? Like, why even say LARP when you're unwilling to prove that you yourself are not LARPing?
Oh, okay. So,
and also, like, it's such an insane thing to even say that Destiny is LARPing. Like, I would understand maybe Keemstar to an extent. You know, Keemstar wants the sensationalism. Wings is... Tommy, you couldn't really say Tommy's lying. Tommy's never, like, gone out of his way to lie about someone online, right? But for Destiny, like, somebody who generally tries his best to be, like, honest online, right? Tell the truth, give facts-based reporting, okay? The same with Medicare. Both of these people, like, to say that they are both LARPing and just coming after you for no reason is insane.
And the bone marrow biopsy would be the conclusive test for this, then? Or?
Yes. I mean, there's pretty much no other reason that your body would be producing this particular hormone, according to my doctor and according to everything I've read, but...
Destiny's argument, Medicare.
According to my doctor and according to everything I've read. Once again, like, so do you not have it?
That
sure.
They wouldn't be doing the biopsy had they already made the confirmation again. That's so. I couldn't tell you if that's true or not.
Oh, I don't know what kind of cancer. I'll give you what happened with me, right? Mm-hmm. So I had a growth on the top of my head. It looked like a portal wine stain. Nobody really gave it much thought. You go in, get some steroids. It's some, we don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. And for like a year, it was just flat, no issues. And then it started like wildly growing. And the doctor's like, I don't know what this is. You should go into dermatology. So I go into dermatology, and the guy's like, "Oh, we gotta biopsy this thing."
It's funny. Destiny had no business to weigh in on this, but he did. I mean, the thing is, like, everybody has business to weigh in on it when it's a public thing, right? Like, you can talk about it if it's public. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It is funny that, like, he's not involved in this. Like, he wasn't even looking into it. It was just like on a total whim that he even looked into this, and he just ended up coming to the conclusion that he's lying, that Boogie is lying, and then it turned into this entire spiral.
We gotta take a look at this. So they do the biopsy. They're like, we've got to set it in for cell staining. On top of that, we're going to do blood work and a PET scan. And then they also ordered a bone biopsy, too.
I mean, I feel so bad for Medicare. I hope this guy lives, Jesus.
And did all that, and it took like a week, and I got everything back, and then they're like, conclusively, you have lymphoma. I mean, that's what's going on. That's a tumor.
After you got the conclusive, have you had biopsies since for separate reasons, or to double check since you were diagnosed?
Yeah, so basically what happened was I got the diagnosis. Right after the initial biopsy, they set up some blood work, a PET scan, and then they did the bone biopsy just to see if it had spread. And then from that point onward, I didn't need extra biopsies. What they would do is they just do PET scan imaging because it'll make cancer light up in your body.
Boogie's so disinterested he's on his phone. It's so unimportant to him he's on his phone.
Like any areas or like any autoimmune.
If he's scamming people to pay for treatment, people have a right to know if it's true. Yeah, 1,000%. If he's saying, like, I need this money, I'm not paying it back because I have cancer, I had to pay for the cancer treatment. Like, I feel like he has an obligation to the public at this point to tell people whether or not he has cancer. Is that him nuking his Twitter? Yeah, probably. It's probably that
stuff. But yeah,
I don't know why even nuke your Twitter? Like what? It's just like sympathy baiting. So people like feel bad for you. Why even do that?
It took like a week, and it was definitive. It was cut and dry. It was like, this is what you have. This is what we're seeing under the microscope. So I don't know. I don't know.
It is a fairly different cancer. Number one, there's no attacking this one or treating it directly. And number two, the prognosis on it is 20 years. Like you pointed out, you have real cancer. I have like the starter kit of cancer, right? It's just a blood disease, realistically. It does 5% of people in the first 10 years have it convert to leukemia. I think it's a higher percentage after 20 years. The biggest risk is that it produces too many red blood cells in your blood, and that causes you to be at a higher risk of stroke or heart attack. And I'm already at an extremely high.
So even here, he's downplaying it. He's like, I don't really have cancer. I have like fake cancer, so it's not that big of a deal. If I did lie, it's like whatever, man. Like
a risk of stroke or heart attack. I mean, just repeating.
There's so many manipulation tactics always with him. Like you can never get a story straight with Boogie.
Myself at this point, but
I'm sorry, but did you say starter? Did you say starter kit? Like you haven't started having cancer?
No, it's like it's like the tutorial version of cancer.
What he's
Does
saying
that make sense? It's the easy one.
If
you're going to get one, this is the one you want to get.
You can live forever on this thing. It rarely kills people.
It's not the Dark Souls of cancer. That's
No,
right.
yeah,
It's the Animal Crossing of cancer. You have the Dark Souls of cancer. Yeah.
I'm not even close. So. I mean, it's weird being in the position I am to say this. So, okay, just with the crypto, man, I mean, there were so many lies related to that.
Sure.
And you came off.
Why does he say sure? Like initially he was telling the truth with everything. Initially he was like, I don't know. Now when he says there's so many lies, he's like, yeah, sure. Like is it like he's owning up to that so he doesn't have to own up to the rest? But apparently Boogie gets naked. Colossal tweets, Boogie, after lying about being exposed about having cancer for 2 years and using it to promote a scam, decides to get naked on live stream as a last resort. Bruh. No way did he do that, bro. No way.
Terribly with that.
Yeah.
So now you've got Destiny. You've got Destiny making these accusations.
My favorite black lesbian icon is live. Thank you for the 5, Santa.
If I tweet this tomorrow, it's not going to change anything. I'm just done. It doesn't matter.
It would make everybody. It would make everybody look like an asshole.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It would make everybody on this stream look like the world's biggest assholes for doubting
you. They'll pick it apart, then they'll say I'm lying again. They'll say the proof is.
No, they won't. That doesn't make, like, if you just prove it, then like everybody's just gonna have to pack up and walk home, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're telling the truth, you're telling the truth, and that's all there is. Like, there's already enough to get you on, Boogie. There's already enough lies you've told, as I showed you in my interview, and you tried to walk away from, and then had to kind of, you're backed into a corner, had to basically admit to lying, right? Throughout all of that, there's so much to show that you lied. And despite that, if you could just prove that you didn't lie about the cancer, everyone will be like, well, he didn't lie, pack it up, walk home. Because people's reputation, like Critical, regardless of the fact that you're hated, they still have to apologize, right? I mean, Critical recently, he covered your crypto scam, right? If it came out that it wasn't a scam and there was nothing wrong with it, then he would just make a video and retract it. I mean, even with Sniper Wolf, who's super hated online, Critical posts a video, he says Sniper Wolf claims someone, finds out that she didn't actually file that strike, and he walked it back in a video and apologized to her. Like, that is what people would do. Obviously, there would be like some small subset of people on, I don't even know, Kiwi Farms, I guess, that would think you're still lying. But like, at the end of the day, even they, like, who, obviously they don't like you. Their entire thing is archive everything. It's document everything, right? So people are going to want proof of everything that's going on. And if you didn't lie about the cancer, they're going to be like, well, Boogie's still a fat liar, loser, but he told the truth about his cancer. But if you're not willing to provide that, then like, you're totally. Boogie's fat needs to be used to power a village. I feel like his fat could power a submarine for years. The U.S. Army needs to invest. Yeah, I think they need to invest in like blubber oil. You know how they used to, like in Nantucket or whatever, they used to go and farm the whales from the ocean and then take their blubber and use it for heating oil. I feel like that's what he needs to be doing. Beautiful Stranger 5 says, as someone with cancer, I think Boogie owes everyone proof. I miss work, have to provide paperwork. Boogie's fans pay him, he owes them paperwork. I agree, 1000%. Zin check. I do have Zins. I'm gonna pop one in right now. Does that interview exist anywhere at the moment? Yeah, if you go on YouTube.com. If you look up Boogie2988, Tom Dark, that interview in its full 1 hour and 31 minute and 31 second glory is available on YouTube for you all to watch right now.
Enough. The web portal's not enough. Now I want a medical record. Now I need to see
peers. What about your peers?
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Yeah, I would straight up apologize.
We don't work
to you
together
for
anymore.
doubting you.
Yeah, we don't work together anymore. We're good. We're good.
What do you mean we don't work together?
I'm leaving the internet. I'm good.
No, you're not.
No, he's not. He's not doing that. He could never leave the internet. He has nothing else to do. What is he going to do? He's going to get a job He offers up to $75,000 at this point, apparently, boys and girls. I was always sus about him having cancer because from seeing my mom's treatment, it makes you an invalid. And while Boogie's unwell, he's not that unwell. I mean, yeah, the thing is, like, he could have cancer, maybe, and it's like the super benign form. Like, obviously, there's different kinds. He always was saying he had, like, kind of a downgraded DLC version of cancer, you know, like he said, Animal Crossing of cancer. But if he's lying, like, what the bro, you watch your own videos? Why would I not watch my own videos? I want to make them better. And I also love myself. And I like, you know, when I masturbate, I only masturbate to videos of myself on YouTube talking to fat people. So obviously I watch my own videos.
This is what doesn't make sense to me. If you're in the right, if these assholes are persecuting you and you have cancer.
Would you want to sit in here with these people for two nights a week? Because I don't.
I don't know. What are you paying? What are you paying, Keem? What are you paying?
He's getting paid to pay his mortgage from this show. He's manipulating right now.
I'll take his mortgage. Fire his ass. I'll take his mortgage.
Yeah, get on the
show.
Yeah, it'd be fun. That's a good replacement. I'm proud of that. That's a very good replacement, Jim.
But why would you leave? I don't understand. If you're in the right, if you have cancer, if they're the assholes, if you could make them look like cunts and make money, why would you leave the internet?
Here's the screenshot of it right here. I just took the screenshot of it right here.
I gotta be honest.
Then send it to one of them and shut them the up, and then you'll never have to listen to it again.
Yeah, I got to be honest. We do need Medicare on here because we actually do need a host with cancer.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, so you're saying you're gonna walk away. No more YouTube, Twitter, any of that.
Yeah.
But okay.
This is too much, man.
This is too much, man. Is it really that much? You've already lost your entire career, right? You've lost the money you used to make. You've lost your reputation. And you could save a little bit of it right now. You could save the little bit you have left. It's honestly insane you're even in a position to lose, right? You could save that if you just proved that you have cancer. But you won't. You won't do it. And why? Probably because you either think you could be lying or you know you're lying. Given recent events, it wouldn't surprise me. Boogie the type of guy to choke on his breathing machine's air and blame in Arkansas too. He sugared 4 years ago. True. Take a shot of water. Thanks for covering this. I will.
Man, this is.
But why? Why? Aside from if you walk away from the show, but why?
This is too much, man.
Dude, the problem is it's taken so long for you to even get that screenshot. By the time you send us the screenshot, people are going to be like, well, he made it.
Yeah, the damage already done.
He made a fake screenshot.
Exactly.
Didn't Medicare leave the internet because of cancer? I mean, he left temporarily, but he's around right now, right?
Exactly. There is no way out of it. It's already over.
I'm going to FaceTime.
Also, he didn't leave the internet because people thought he was faking cancer. He left to like get treatment for his cancer, right? That's very different.
I guess Desi's phone, and then show me on FaceTime right now.
No.
On your phone.
No.
Never. You're lying.
Oh, you got to use Keem. You've got to use carrot and stick. What bonus would you pay him to do that?
There is no. Oh, I've already been offered $10,000 plus a free trip to Disney World, and the answer is
well, nobody likes Disney World. $10,000.
I love Disney World.
It was $5,000.
It's up to $15,000 total.
15 grand. Yep. Do it.
No.
This is life-changing money. $15,000 is life-changing money for him. The only cells replicating at a malignant rate inside of Boogie are his fat cells. Yeah, and I mean, whatever cell causes him to be a pathological liar, that one's definitely multiplying.
He's going to pay you $15,000 to look like an asshole in front of his entire audience, and you're saying no.
Yep. This is too much, man. I don't know if you guys can understand.
I can completely understand. I went through 2 years of people like Mersh saying I was faking it.
Yeah.
And so I did a stream and sold ton of hats laughing at him showing medical records. You've got the opportunity to do the exact same thing right now on his home turf.
No, I'm good.
This makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it probably doesn't.
Hey, don't you want to take care of Desi?
Yeah, I promise you I plan to. Is this the way I promise you I plan to.
Yeah.
How do you plan to do it? How are you planning to take care of Desi right now after you die? Is it by not working? By being a fat loser? By spending all your time on Discord? By scamming your fans and ruining your reputation even further? Is that how you're planning to do it? Because when presented with a golden opportunity to be given $70,000 apparently is the pot right now, you refuse to do it. Doesn't sound like you really want to take care of her, does it? Probably because you know you can't, because you don't have a cancer diagnosis. Base Kekistani Tomothy, could you join whatever Discord call this is? If they ask me.
How are you gonna do that if you're not on the internet and just running away? Like you can't have it both ways.
You'll see.
No?
What are we gonna see? You're gonna go like cut tickets at the local movie theater?
Some ordinary gamers will also put $10,000 towards
Jesus.
it.
Make it 100. Make it 1 million.
If you have cancer, if you prove that
this is no. You got 25K sitting on the table. There's something going on here.
10 grand was enough to get him to destroy his rep, but not enough to prove he has cancer. Thank you for the dono. Cameron Ortez for 5 says, do you think Boogie could have just come clean and kept the money and not buy his career? I don't really know what you mean specifically. Do you think he could have come clean and kept the money? Could he have come clean and kept the money? I mean, not really. If he comes clean, he can't keep the money by definition, right? Acting like he has too much integrity to give up the small amount of information privately, not a bluff he can pull off. Yeah, obviously. He looks like he's lying. Look at him. He knows he's lying.
Here.
Yeah, there's something is, man. I'm just exhausted. I'm done.
You just did a crypto scam to make money because you said you're worried about cash. They're offering 25K.
Yeah, I thought that was...
You get to shit on them.
Yeah,
you get to prove the whole internet that they're wrong, that all the haters are wrong, they're delusional, the Kiwi farmers are delusional, the lolcow users are delusional, the Twitter haters are delusional, Keemstar, Wings, Tommy, Medicare, me, we're all delusional, Destiny, delusional. You could have an epic own on all of them. They would all have to bend to your... You'd have to get on their knees, dude. They'd have to do this, okay? They'd have to get on their knees and say, I'm sorry, Boogie, that I accused you of lying about cancer. It was so irresponsible of me. I effed up. You told the truth the whole time. And you refuse to do that because you know you're lying. That is the truth. You guys know the video where Boogie gets on his knees? Does someone tweet that at me? You know what I'm talking about, right? Jackson Clark was right all along.
Awesome.
Yeah. Jackson, I think, said this to me a while ago in private, and I was like, man, that'd be crazy if he is lying. But it might be true. Do I have the video of him on his knees anywhere? Oh, here we go.
I need you to f off. Like, seriously, f off. I need you to get on your hands and knees, have your girlfriend film you and say, I'm sorry, Keemstar. I'm sorry, Jordy. I'm sorry, Tommy C, Nicholas Diorio, Muta, Tom.
Like, you realize they would all be doing this to him.
Everybody that's even cared about the Loud Call podcast. I'm such a selfish attention that I want attention. I want to be in conversation so bad that I gave the entire storyline of what's been happening on episode 1.
It's so funny how the only thing he has the conviction to do is this. It's killing me. He's saying he doesn't want to share his medical records, but he already has it. All he's not wanting to do is prove it. Did he share his medical records at some point? I don't remember that. I can't wait for the FTC lawsuit and hearings against Boogie after he openly admitted to scamming his audience. Will that even happen? Is that possible? Just given how low the amount was of like how much was actually scammed, is it possible that would happen? I wonder if anyone has like reported him to the FTC. It's possible. It's possible, chat. Imagine how Imagine how funny it would be to see Boogie in court. That'll be so cool.
Review Tech USA, because I'm so thirsty to talk to someone. I'm that big of a loser. Make that video, you piece of shit.
I'm sorry, Tommy C. I'm sorry, Daddy Keemstar. I'm sorry, Nicholas DeFiorio. I don't know how to pronounce him. I'm
Nicholas DeFiorio.
sorry, Jordy.
Almost said the F slur there.
Sorry. It was stupid of me to go on Richard's show and give away the storyline. I'm a attention hog piece of shit. I should have left.
Like literally me, Destiny, Keemstar, Medicare, Mudahar, everybody will be on their knees apologizing to him, and he won't do that. Why? Because he knows he's lying.
Things that might have changed.
Is there a not safe for work version of this video asking for a buddy of mine? Yeah, shoot me an email. I'll get you with it real quick, dude. That's behind the scenes content for the Lolcow podcast.
Drama Alert already tweeted that I faked cancer, so we're good.
No, he didn't. They said that
that's even better. Then you make 25K and he's got to retract it. It looked like the biggest dick on earth.
We're good.
Keemstar picking on a cancer patient. Oh my God, come on.
We're good.
You're lying.
Boogie's doctor is Dr. Disrespect based.
It's so obvious. Why? Why would you lie about this?
Because I didn't.
Just tell us the truth. What really happened? Come on.
What really happened was I went to my doctor. He checked my blood count. My hemoglobin, my red blood cell counts were up. We did a second test. We found out that there was the blood marker that tells me that I have polycythemia vera in the test that we did, and we've been treating it for 2 years.
But you haven't confirmed that you have it. Oh, wait. I think we got an answer right there. You haven't confirmed that you have cancer.
Confirmed it with you. No, I have not. No, I will not.
No, not with me, with your doctor. Your doctor hasn't said you 100% have cancer yet, right?
We confirmed it with the blood.
Top 3 content creators who ruined their image in summer 2024 were Dr. Disrespect, I'm Alex, and Boogie. I mean, Boogie, his image was already so low. His image was already in the gutter. This is just like a cherry, right? This is like an icing on the cake, but a big cherry. A cherry that will collapse the entire thing. 10 grand is considered grand larceny, and the fact he would be a face and use an example to other creators in the future. Yeah, true. But, I mean, if he gets taken to court, I mean, his life is actually... It's already over, but it would be even more over. Boogie knows he's one step from being a completely broken man like Rat Dick Ralph, and admitting to this would be it. Probably. It'd be funny to see him like Rat Dick Ralph, just doing fentanyl. Can Ricada live stream the Boogie trial? Lady Raggets can add color commentary between lines. True. It feels like Boogie is using all of this trump cards to get out of this, being a victim, giving up on the internet, then stripping naked. We haven't gotten to the naked part yet. We'll be there eventually. We will. It was all a dream. Boogie be like, it was all a dream. Faking cancer. Scamming my fans for bands.
Blood test, yes.
Thank you.
That's a yes. You say anything.
We confirmed it with the blood test. There's no other reason that those hormone markers would be in my blood.
Wings, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
If Keemstar accused you some right? And let's say it involves some kind of private information, and he was willing to let you show him that private information on stream, but not to the audience, and said, if you prove me wrong, here's $25,000, and I'll tweet out that I'm a giant asshole.
I'll do you one better.
Yeah.
I had a troll come at me and accuse my wife of cheating on me, and they had like this picture of like our fingers. They had like cum on it, and there was like a cover back there, and they had linked this cover to my house.
Yeah, jerking off on a blanket is a little different.
I went out and took a picture of the cover.
Can you tell the difference between the two?
I showed the new cover I got from like the Christmas of 2021.
Sure.
You know, it's like whatever. It's like again, I pulled my blood work out to like show like where I've been what surgeries I had on this stream. But like, it's not that big a deal.
But you would take the money, right?
Oh yeah, I'll take the money. I would snatch his arm off.
Tommy, if you were in a similar situation, $25K sitting on the table, would you do it?
Hell yeah, I got a family. It's on my obligation to bring that kind of money.
And had this
I'd do it.
And had this played out differently, I might have considered otherwise.
What does it even mean if this had played out differently? How could it play out any differently? People say you're lying. You say you're not lying. They say, okay, prove you're not lying. We'll give you this much money to prove you're not lying. Free money, literally free money. He's like, nah, it's my last bit of privacy. What does this even mean? When you make a video about Nova Online, I did.
Yeah.
No, Boogie, I don't believe that. I believe you don't have the information.
It's really pissed me off. Except
Can you poll your audience? Can you poll your audience right now and ask them if they had $25K offered right now to prove something they were saying is true? Would they take it? Because I don't think
make it 100,000.
Anybody's going to say no.
Make the poll, Tommy.
Make it 100,000. Say 100,000.
I can do that.
Because my answer is still no.
Oh, I can see the answers already. They're all screaming yes.
Of course they are, and they're not me.
But you've stated before that you're under financial strain and difficulty. That's a 25K is a lot of money.
Yes, sir. To show my medical records. No, thank you. That's for
to show one screen cap that says diagnosed. That's it to one person.
That's for me.
Not for you. You told everybody have cancer.
Yeah, exactly. It's not for you. Like you already made it public that you have cancer or don't have cancer, whatever the case is, right? You already talked about having cancer. So there's no reason to not reveal the evidence now. It would have played out differently if he actually had. It would have played out differently if he has cancer, but I don't think he does. When can I buy diaper coin, Tom? Real soon, dude.
Dude, the day you found out, you told everyone. There's nothing for you.
Yeah, but I didn't tweet my medical records.
He doesn't have cancer. He is a cancer. Shout out Choke Me Daddy on Twitter. It transforms you into a shell of yourself. Both my parents had cancer. It kicked them down hard mentally, physically, and it humbles out of you. You'd be a completely different person. Well, he's claiming to have like a very benign form of cancer that doesn't really affect you that much, right? Like you can live on it for 2 decades basically, right? Which is like the rest of his life anyway, since he's 50 years old. So like it's very possible that he could have like a relatively benign form of cancer. But like why not just prove that you have it? When I say benign, I don't mean like it's like a fun cancer. I just mean benign as in like it's not affecting his life that much. I don't mean like in the medical way, because obviously benign is like a medical term, right? I just mean like a not super extreme cancer. It is possible he has that. But the fact he won't reveal what he actually has, the fact he won't just show a medical document, which is so easy to show, and the entire internet thinks he's lying, to me, shows that he's probably full of like, is there any other explanation here? I feel like that's the only conclusion I can come to in this circumstance.
Why does it say you have AIDS on it or something? Like what?
No, it says that I have polycythemia vera. It's for me.
It's for everybody. He told everybody.
Yeah, and I will. Again, I'll continue to talk about it, but I never should have to begin with.
Let me tell you what else is for you. Living in your car, if you keep up this line of conversation.
No, I'm not worried about that.
How are you not worried about it?
You're not worried about that. You're saying you're going to leave the internet, right? You're saying you're going to leave the internet. How else are you going to make money? Your only source of income is making YouTube videos, barely, scamming your fans, poorly, but still doing it, right? That's your only source of income. If you're saying you're gonna leave the internet, why would you not be worried about that? Why would you not be? You should be. When Boogie does the passive-aggressive tone, he just makes me want to punch him so bad. I hate that so much, Mr. 1488. I hate it too, brother. I hate it.
That you were just
You shouldn't be worried about that.
telling you I was quitting the show.
You shouldn't be worried about that. Don't worry about it.
Well, yeah, can I ask, as an aside, while this conversation is going on, how are you going to financially support yourself?
I don't think I will.
So you're going to go live in the gutter
Is he saying he's gonna end himself? He's gonna game in? Is that what he's saying? He's gonna go Mossberg mode in his mouth?
It's taken $25K to prove these assholes wrong.
Let Desi down.
Oh no, Desi will be fine. We talked about this all last
Desi will
night.
be fine back at her parents' house when you're in the car, dude.
Yeah, once Nicholas DiOrio sent me this message, we knew exactly what was coming, and we talked about this at great length last night. I didn't sleep.
How is
this?
Nick DiOrio? Did he have something to do with this too then, or what did he say?
Certainly he did. He said, "Do you have secondary polycythemia?" And I said, "No," and I linked it to him. But it was a pretty big sign that there was a group chat going. I told Tommy about it this morning, and I was like, "Yeah, what do we do, Desi?" And we made a decision, and I'm going to stick by that decision.
What do you mean we made a decision? Your decision is... You made the worst decision ever. Your decision is to not do the one thing that would get you out of this. And you're just holding by that for no reason. Because it's not the real decision you came to. The decision that you came to is I lied, and I'm not going to let anyone know that I lied. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of plausible deniability to be like, oh, well, nobody can prove that I lied. So actually, you're all pieces for even implying that I could lie about something like this. It would be so disgusting. As bad as I am. I mean, I'm Boogie. I know I'm a bad dude. The fact you would even imply that I lied about this is absolutely insane. Shut up, bro. Shut up.
You're talking about that. No idea.
This decision doesn't make logic.
Boogie, benign cancer, no. Benign 100 pounds, yes. Based. The real fact is when he's gone, it comes out he did have cancer, and by then I won't feel bad at all. I mean, the thing is, if he does have it at this point, how could you even feel bad for him? Because he's just unwilling to do something so easy to prove it. Like, he's acting so dumb. Like, I don't even blame anyone if they think that he has cancer right now, and then he comes out later, and he's like, you know, actually I do have it. Here's the proof, right? I wouldn't feel bad for him. I wouldn't feel bad for him. I wouldn't anyone for saying he lied, because he's making it impossible to think otherwise.
How's the poll going? What does the poll say in your
95%
We're talking about you? Well, let me on so I can clear my name.
95% would take the money. Mm-hmm. You look so
5% are Boogie ults. So, like,
Boogie, you look
Hey, my
so
hands are right here.
obviously it's a joke.
You look so uncomfortable, Boogie.
Yeah, I'm very unhappy right now.
I'm very unhappy right now. Yeah, I'm very unhappy right now. I'm very unhappy.
Shut up. Bigger than Monday Matter.
So why sit here with all these L's?
I mean, you're
talking about you. Let me in. Let me in. I'll defend myself. Let me in. Literally, let me in. I'll do it.
Me, like, if Boogie were to be faking cancer for 2 years and then running, you know, with the, you know, yes, that would be I don't know how you'd recover from it. If it was done,
thankfully that did not happen, but yes.
So that's what I'm saying. Prove them wrong.
No, thank you.
The start of recovery is to tell the truth.
Well, the truth is, I got diagnosed with polycythemia vera about 2 years ago.
I believe.
Apparently, Boogie's already off. Apparently, Boogie left the stream. Yo.
Crazy.
Yeah, apparently I f***ed up. Or maybe I did something good. I don't know. I don't know.
I was told by Keem that I wasn't allowed on because I let Smaggle in the time they streamed. So I waited for him to leave and then I told him.
Anyhow, okay, let's be honest. He lied, right? He lied. He's lying.
Oh,
like,
he has to have
he
lied.
has to. He has to be lying.
He 100% has to have lied.
There's no way.
No, the bounty's up to $75,000.
I just got added to the call. I guess I should join.
Oh,
right?
okay. Do that. Go do that. Go do that.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have access on this one.
Yo.
Just calling Destiny. Hey, Tom. What's up, man?
Bro. What the? I offered $5,000, by the way. I'm increasing the pot, okay? So whatever it is right now, bump it up another 5.
Hello?
Does that put it to 100?
Sorry, we accidentally called you.
No worries.
Does that put it to 100,000? What is it at now?
No, it'd be 80,000.
Okay.
Yeah, we're at 80,000. You might as well just say $1 million, because we even put up a scenario. If someone gave him $1 million, would he take it? And he said no.
We're all in conclusion that he 1,000% is lying, right? Like, there's no way.
Yes. Yes.
There's
it's so
no
obvious.
Way. There's no way.
It's so obvious he's lying.
And now he's already doing the victim thing where he's like, oh, I'm leaving the internet. I'm leaving the internet. I can't take it anymore. He's like, this is my last bit of privacy. Bro, you showed your 20-year-old girlfriend naked in a Mike Klum documentary in the bathtub with her. Okay? Your dick is out there on the internet. Everybody's seen you, dude. Like,
he shared that he hookers. Like, what do you Boogie's just lying. So
what was
so annoying.
What was the last thing he said before he left?
Remember?
He just left.
We used to say goodbye.
Tom, Boogie said you and him had a falling out when you went and visited him at home. What was that about?
Boogie would have to reveal that. It's not my story to tell, but it certainly wouldn't make him look good. But I wouldn't say it was a falling out. I was okay with him by the end of it, but I tried to film a documentary with him, and he made a allegation to me that I could not substantiate, but didn't want to get involved in any way. And I just was like, I'm not dealing with this, and that's why.
I know what that is. I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about You're talking about Frank Hassel, right?
Yeah.
Then everybody knows what it is. Everybody knows what it is.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's talked about it before. When he said that Hassel did something to some girl, that drove him over.
Yeah, and there's another guy out there accusing Frank of that too right now, though.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it threw a wrench in the whole thing, and like at the time, I didn't even want to like tell Frank about it because I was like, I had just filmed with him. I filmed with him and Boogie for the doc, and then he just made this allegation. I was like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't know what this is. You know, Boogie was like, I don't have any proof, but it's real, and I was like, okay, what the are you talking about? And so yeah, I got out.
There was more than that. It was like he beat a girl, and then he also would like dated someone underage or was flirting with someone underage. It was a whole thing. And instead of Boogie coming out like a man and being like, hey, this is what's going on, he tried to tell a bunch of commentators this story, including myself, and I'm like, well, go tell the internet, and he won it. So then I forced him to say
the thing is, he told me that you were involved in shutting down the story, is what he said.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't.
Well, that's what he said. Is it cutting out? What the
allegation? It's literally Boogie's word of mouth, and I said, Boogie, if this is true, go tell the internet, and he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, he said, remember the excuse he gave? He said that he didn't want like the I'm going to protect the victim here. Use a slasher excuse.
So obviously I have no source other than Boogie, so I'm not gonna report a story, you know?
Yeah. And that's the thing is that's what I did too. I was like, I didn't even tell Frank. I was like, I'm just not getting involved. I don't want to deal with this. I don't know what's going on. Give me
So Boogie's response to that is, oh, Keemstar's covering it up. Why? Because you told me a rumor and I didn't run with it because I didn't have no evidence.
How is Mr. Positive working on a podcast with a dude that covered that up? That's up. Makes no sense. If you actually believed that, you would be the most evil person to work with.
Exactly. He wouldn't work with me if I was covering up stories about.
Okay, to be clear, he probably would. He just like wants to posture about it. He wants to say he doesn't give a about anything. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He's just like a pathological liar. But yeah, I mean, that basically threw a wrench in my documentary that I spent thousands of dollars on because he said that, and I was like, well, I don't want to deal with this, you know? I wanted to do this video because there was no allegation, and then he threw that in the mix, and yeah, so I was just like, this, so.
Imagine if he threw it in just to make you not make the documentary, just you over, dude.
The thing is, it's very possible. It's very possible, but I have no.
It's just one of those things you don't want to get involved in.
Yeah, exactly. I have no.
Can we bring? I think we should bring in Kid Behind the Camera. He's good friends with Boogie.
Yeah.
You think PK ever thought they would have an episode like this?
No, it's PK. This is Lol Live. It's ran by Keemstar.
Muda, I like the angle, by the way. Looking fresh, brother. I enjoy this.
Thanks, bro.
Discord mod angle.
Yeah, just like, don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anyone about Boogie's cancer.
don't tell anybody gets in about it.
So we got Kid Behind the Camera. Mike, you know Boogie better than most creators. You've been on the phone with him crying. You've heard all of his problems. You've hung out with him in real life so many times. What's your take on everything you've seen tonight?
Oh man, this stream is like going down in like history.
Absolutely.
Do you think he lied?
Of course. I mean, I like Boogie. I just don't understand. Take the out. Like, that's a lot of money. Like, I've heard Boogie like need a lot of money, and that's a take the money. You know what I mean? If like he says it's his like one thing that he wants to keep secret, but you've already told everybody, so it's not a secret. So what's the difference between you saying it and showing it in text?
Listen, I believe you.
And you obviously know, like I know that Boogie's a liar. Like he just lies and he manipulates, and like this is classic Boogie lying, right?
I mean, he's definitely, when he gets in these like meltdowns, there's no talking to him. You can't.
Yeah.
This isn't the first time that in like watching, the stream, he was definitely at the bottom of the lake. There's no talking to him anymore.
And the way he got so defensive about it too, where he's like, "This is my last shred of privacy. This is the last thing I have. You can't take this away from me." Like he's like trying to make people feel bad for even implying it. It's like, dude, you're on a drama podcast. You already revealed everything about yourself. You say you have cancer. You can prove it in 1 second. Like there's no.
But
it's a screenshot.
But it's not. But Tom, it's not even the logic. The fact that he tried to manipulate that way proves that he's lying. Like him saying this is my last shred of dignity, like just that or the one thing that I'm holding safe to the chest, the one thing that I'm going to keep private. That line right there is designed to manipulate, right? And the fact that he's saying it proves that he's lying. Because if you know him,
prove it, but it makes it
prove any of it, man. That's the thing. Like, if you can prove you have this diagnosis, the easiest thing you could do is just shut everyone up. This would be the one win he gets.
I'm so willing to say prove because I know him too well. When he's caught lying, he manipulates.
It's reasonable to think that. I didn't say you were wrong. I'm just saying, like, we're never gonna have the 100% proof, but we'll definitely. I mean, you can come to a reasonable conclusion here. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, the guy was telling, Wings of Redemption last night the things that he'd be willing to do for this podcast for $1,500, but you won't show a piece of text for like $100,000.
No. I mean, he'll scam his fans for $10,000, but he won't take $100,000 to like tell the truth, right? Like how insane is that?
I really got to ask this question. Muta, kid behind the camera, Tommy C, Wings, Tom, listen. What major YouTuber has faked cancer? I cannot think of one.
I can only think of the cripple guy, but it turns out he wasn't faking anything. He just kind of omitted a lot of information.
Cancer. That was
it was a car accident.
Like we're in new territory. There's never been a YouTuber, like maybe some small YouTuber or whatever, but there's never been like a major, like millions and millions of people know who Boogie is.
I think a TikToker's done it. Too, but not a big YouTuber. Yeah.
So where does he go from here? What's going to happen tomorrow? Is he going to wake up and fess up to it? Is he going to deny it until somebody gets definitive proof he's lying? What is he going to do?
He's going to hell. This is a major sin. What the?
He's going to hell.
He's probably. Hell,
he's probably the only person on the internet that could actually survive this because his reputation is so bad as it is. And we're not getting rid of him. No, I'm not either.
No one's shocked that it happened. Everyone's like, "Oh, we kind of expected it," like.
Well, the worst part about it is he said he had a contingency plan for when it did happen. If you're not lying about it, why do you have a contingency plan for like people?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. You're right. I got a contingency plan.
I don't know if it's selling the house. I'm actually worried. Like somebody call like a wellness check or something.
He said that his plan was to sell the house and give everything he gets out of that to the people he loves. That's his plan.
That sounds.
So what he's trying to hint to the audience is, I'm going to no longer be here.
Mm-hmm. Careful with that wellness check, Zahar. If you do that, he's going to say that you swatted him. He's going to say it's a weaponized welfare check.
I think we'll be okay.
I think we're going to have to take this one down and edit it just to get it monetized.
Oh my God! That's what you guys are worried about. What the Wings, shut the. Oh my God!
That's what you worried about?
That's what I'm worried about, to be honest. I think he's got the right priorities. How do I make money off this? How do I get rich?
I like Boogie. I like Boogie as a person, but he does.
And his life is over, and you want to make sure this is monetized. Like he's done.
His life is not over. What? He's not making any money on
podcasters.
Here's what's going to happen. His comment section is going to turn into my comment section, where it's just people like fat liar, fat liar, fat liar, blah 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 blah. Like go look at my comments on my videos. That's the only thing that would happen.
You never faked cancer.
I mean, the thing is,
you don't did anything wrong.
This is going to be like
I've actually did charities. The Ashley Seals thing.
I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. This is exactly what's going to happen at the end of this month. I'm going to be cutting checks, and Wings is going to be saying, "Hey, didn't Keemstar quit? Didn't Boogie quit? This should be split between me and Tommy." That's exactly what he's going to say.
I agree with him already. I got your back, Wings.
The thing is, like, this is not the most it's going to be viewed, though. Like, tomorrow, the Moist Critical video is going to have, like, 12 million views. Like, this is never going to leave Boogie. This is going to follow him forever, every day for the rest of his life, as it should.
I say if he's watching this,
make
come
sure
back
Moist
into the
Critical
stream.
links the proper channels here.
Come back on stream. We'll help you out, Boogie. We'll help you out.
Let me talk, Boogie. I love you. I'm not calling you a liar here. I don't think
You literally did 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, he said he didn't.
Okay. I don't think he's thinking straight. Is what I think. I say get back to the stream.
Good one.
I mean,
I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean. You're not calling him a liar when you don't think he's telling the truth.
He's like a rat in a corner, and he's like trying to chew his way out of it. And I just don't think he's thinking properly. I think he should get back on. And if you have it, show it.
Boogie, take my advice. All right, just tell everyone the truth. I know what happened. I know it. They told you that you had this disease. You Googled it. You saw, oh my God, I have cancer. You rushed to the internet and you made a video, and then you found out, oh, you don't have it. You have the other version. I know that's what happened. It's so like, I knew this right out the gate. As soon as I heard this story, I'm like, there's no way Boogie, in knowing that he didn't have cancer, would tell the internet that. He made a mistake. He had to have. Muta, do you think he would just make up the lie from the beginning?
Absolutely.
I don't. I
Absolutely.
don't.
Oh my God.
Dude, there's no way.
Money and attention? 100%, dude.
No, I think that he literally really thought he had cancer and then found out later he didn't have it. That's what I think happened. There's
And he was just
way.
too afraid to admit it. Yeah.
Yes.
It's such a specific cancer. I never heard of it.
Yes, he would have picked a different cancer if it wasn't something like that.
All right, we've got a lot left of this stream to cover, so we're gonna keep making our way through it. Yeah, just keep making our way. Boogie pulled a cancer token rug pull. Keck.
He got diagnosed with polycythemia vera, and then they did tests.
So I want to see, because Medicare's still in here. I want to see what. Okay, Nick calls in. I want to see Nick.
So needs student can make a better choice than you're making right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm making the one that is going to allow me to sleep tonight. And if I did,
No, you're literally making the one that's going to make it so you can't sleep tomorrow night when you lose your house.
Because Team said he quit. You're gonna tell me this? No.
Okay, so all right, so let's talk about what is the other plan right now?
Show them a screen cap and make 50 grand, and everybody
there's
looks like an
Nicholas.
asshole. You make them all look terrible.
Hey, did you not message me and say, do you have polycythemia secondary or something like that?
Boogie,
last
did
night?
you not tell Destiny that if he asked you the night before, you would have sent him the medical records?
Probably, yeah. I'm not.
So are you
going
gonna send it to me?
No, you're not
Dude,
fucking
bro, what the
Destiny. Are you Destiny? Holy shit.
Apparently, I'm in a
You're
whole
Nicholas
chat with him,
Diorio.
dude.
Wait, no. You said this is the hill you were going to die on. I'll never show my medical records, not me.
And he was offering apparently last night to show medical records. This guy is such a fat liar.
Never going to happen. And you were already considering doing this with other people?
If you asked him nicely the night before, he would have sent them, Jim.
No, I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying it would have had a possibility, but there's no possibility now.
Wait, you
It would have had a possibility. It would have had a Dude, you're such a piece of shit, Boogie. You're such a fat piece of shit. I hate you. I hate you with all of my being, dude. Sometimes I can't believe I try to be nice to this guy sometimes. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, it's not that bad, you know. Like this is a real thing. Like when I hung out with him to film that video, which apparently now it's out why that didn't come out, which I didn't plan to talk about. But yeah. You know, we still kind of had some fun. I was nice to him. I didn't paint him in the like worst way possible, right? I didn't do that. And despite that, at every given opportunity, he paints himself in the worst light possible because that's just the kind of person he is. He is a bad person. He's a horrible person. I think Keemstar's explanation is more likely than anyone else's. I think maybe he thought he had cancer and then just was too afraid to come out about it and fess up to it. I think that's very likely. But realistically, I don't blame anyone for thinking Buddhist theory is true. That he just lied. Like, it's very possible. It's very possible.
You told me that you ran off with, like you said in the stream, that you ran off with your girlfriend and you were panicking all night. Oh, Nick's group chat. They're gonna
like from the beginning, lying from the beginning.
Supposed to be tomorrow.
I'm good, Nick.
You're full of dude.
You're right. I probably wouldn't have shown him. You're
Go
right.
hang out with your girlfriend who needs drugs to socialize in public settings, the one that you love to raise.
Use drugs? What drugs do you think I use?
The weed. How do you pay for all your weed, by the way, if you're so
Parents pay for her weed.
Nick is going beast mode right now. Nick is going in, bro.
Wait, you're getting weed from your girlfriend's parents?
No.
Dude, why don't you just get your girlfriend's parents to pay your medical bills too?
Because
then you won't have to do crypto scams anymore.
Because I'm not their son.
Bro, you're marrying into big money?
No.
Wait, is that
Certainly
the plan?
not after this. Certainly not after this. No, she doesn't come from big money. Dude, do you have any idea how ridiculous?
Will you buy Boogie toys when he sells them? Yeah, dude, I'll buy them all. I want to get all of his. The thing is, he'll never sell them, I don't think. But if he did, I would instantly buy like all of them and just put them in my basement. I would recreate. You guys don't understand. There's a green screen here. Okay, there's a green screen with like there's a big room back here. I will recreate recreate Boogie's office, Boogie's set with all of his toys if he sells them, okay? Out of pure spite for him lying about so pathologically. I will become Boogie. I'll even gain weight, or I'll wear a fat suit and do whatever I have to do to recreate Boogie's life in this room. I will do that. I'll buy all his Magic the Gathering trash and Funko Pop trash and his arcade 1-ups or whatever he owns, okay? I'll buy it all. Boogie's too big to fail? Lol.
Weed, cheap weed is.
What do you think he's thinking right now? Do you think he's thinking that he got caught? Or do you think he's still like in defense mode, like I did nothing wrong? 1, for he's thinking I got caught. 2, for he's like still in denial. I think he doesn't realize it. Pure delusion. What do you guys think?
She goes through a cart every 3
1 denial, or sorry, 1 is he knows he got caught. 2 is pure delusion. What do you think? Mostly 1s, a few 2s to start, mostly 1s, yeah. I mean, I would expect that he knows he got caught. I mean, there's no way, right? At this point, he has to know the reality of the situation. He has to.
Weeks, it's $50.
Did you?
And even though I was paying for it,
Where do you get this? Like, there's no like legal.
Every dispensary all over the nation. Have you not been to one?
You're bringing her across state lines.
No.
Look at his face, bro. I love his face.
Like, I'm not getting this here. So wait.
I love his fucking face.
Told me.
He's sipping his little drink. He's sipping his little Dwinkie.
No, I didn't do that. Me? That lie? I didn't do that.
Like, you said that you have the polycythemia or whatever your disease is. You
Sure.
told Destiny.
Polycythemia.
When's the next time IRL? Who knows? Could be soon.
Did I not ask you nice enough?
I don't respect you. So
I don't respect you. Who do you respect? Who do you actually respect? Did you guys see yesterday there was like coming out about Boogie went to Keemstar's house and they had some kind of argument. You guys have seen this, right? I'm gonna go on Keem's Twitter to try to find this. This is like 2 days ago, by the way. Now they're all home, just like screaming at each other over the internet. Not that they weren't screaming in real life. Boogie accused Muda of some crazy shit. Oh yeah, here we go. Muda versus Boogie, 4th of July X. I was there a year ago? That was a year ago? Time passes too fast, bro.
Muda, what's your point in all this?
I'm just saying, why be a victim? Just be honest about it.
Why be a victim? Boogie, why be a victim?
Put this down a bit.
Put the glove on. Be a victor.
Boogie, why be a victim?
Tell the camera you wanted.
Why be a victim?
Stupidity. No, just tell the camera you wanted money and you didn't care about your audience. That's not.
By the way, this is like as the scamming stuff was going down publicly, and this is like him responding to it basically to Muda in real life.
No, I wanted money, and I also wanted people to not attack me, so I played the victim like a...
How exactly did people find out he lied? I wouldn't say that they found out. They speculated that he lied, and they looked at inconsistencies within what he was saying about what he had, and they didn't believe it. And as a result, they questioned him. They were like, do you have proof that you have cancer? And he refused to release it. That's essentially what happened. Against the offer of $100,000. He was being given $100,000 if he just revealed that he had cancer definitively, and he wouldn't do it. Boogie mouth breather versus Chad Bulgarian maxing. I'm a mouth breather too.
Knowing it never works because I'm a covert narcissist piece of... You want to hear what it is? I reverted to my covert narcissism ways. I tried not to. I did a Caleb Hammer interview today, and I told everybody to go f*** themselves because it was funny. And I'll tell this man here right here, go f*** yourself. It was funny. Nobody even afraid about that. Nobody even afraid about that.
I literally was like, yo, don't be a victim. Proceeds to be a victim for the next 90 seconds. No winning with it, dude.
Where's the victim? Where's the victim? I'm telling you, I did an interview today.
Man, it's so awkward this happened in real life. Like commentary, Twitter, autism, confrontation, but in real life. I mean, this is how you know that Muda is a RAN. You guys know what an RAN is? Look it up. Encyclopedia of Turkey Tom. Muda is an RAN based on this video, okay? He's not playing, okay? He will get sturdy on your block if you with him, and he'll walk away like a G. Keep that in mind.
You wanted to scam the audience and make money, that's it.
Charlie's live? Oh, is he? Is he actually live right now? If he is, it's over. What do you mean he's live? Is he live on Twitch or something? Oh no. How long is it going to take him to get to it? It's going to be like 5 seconds. Yeah, everybody's saying Boogie in chat, dude. He's about to have another 10,000 viewer stream looking over that stuff. It's so over. It's so over. Imagine if after all of this, Boogie comes out with the proof. Imagine. That would be absolutely awesome.
Where's the scam? I told you not to buy it. The scam would be to tell you, but hey, you know, I know a scam. I've seen you promote Raid Shadow Legends.
When did I promote Raid?
You never done that? Have you ever?
So keep in mind, he just accused Muda of promoting Raid Shadow Legends, which is not a scam. It's just a mobile game. But he's accusing Muda of promoting Raid Shadow Legends, okay?
No, Adam, you just said that I promoted Raid, right? No.
I know one you probably done.
Have you?
Wait, let him respond.
You said I promoted Raid. Now, out of all the thousands of videos, find any Raid Shadow Legends promotion.
I don't watch your content anymore. I watched it in 5 years.
One of my most popular videos is how I
He's like, you promoted Raid Shadow Legends. Mood is like, I didn't. Boogie's like, I don't watch your content anymore. So you just like, he just randomly lied off rip, and then he got caught instantly. He's like, well, I don't watch your content, so how am I supposed to know? Like, you're such a liar. You're such a liar.
I rejected a bag from Raid Shadow Legends.
Okay, that's awesome, actually. That's awesome. I didn't know.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's awesome. Like, you make such a strong claim. You're like, you're a piece of Mood is like, you lied. He's like, oh, that's actually cool. You're a badass, dude. Mudahar, you are base.
Yeah, like, this is what's crazy. He blatantly lies, and then when you
Where's
catch
the
him in the lie,
lie? You
he's
thought you did. I'm sorry.
No.
What do you mean you thought he did? You imagined that he did. You said that he did confidently with the expectation that you were right. Is this his mental disorder? Is this what he has? Is it just making up? Is he schizophrenic? He just imagines things and just says them? Is that what's going on here?
No. Everyone was here. Everyone was here, right? He all said I promoted it, and then I said I did, and he's like, oh, I thought you did.
I thought you did. I used to think the world was flat till I thought it was round.
Just say I never did on the camera.
I used to think the world was flat till I found out it was round. What if Boogie goes live tomorrow, stream titled The Truth, and then shows legit proof? That would be genius. I mean, the thing is, like, it would be genius if Destiny accused him, and then after that, he just came out with it, right? But instead, he was like, oh, I would never do that for, like, hours on end. Like, there's no defense at this point. Even if he does come out with the proof, he's still gonna look. Because people are going to be like, why didn't you just show this last night when you could have? He's going to be like, to own everyone. And it's like, you didn't really own them. Like, you just look dumb. A bunch of people made money off of on you. And now we know you have cancer, but like, it just doesn't make any sense, bro. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, he's not going to come out with a proof. I don't think it exists. What a powerful stance. Yeah, he does look he looks sort of orcish, sort of trollish. This is kind of a gorilla mode type thing, in my opinion. Boogie open stream with a 12 in hand, bruh. With a Mossberg. He fires up a stream like Sketch. He's like, I did not lie about having cancer. I did. Short stack goblin. Yeah.
Well, you're a narcissist. You are the world. You're obviously round.
But, hey, at the end of the day, I know I got no bad blood. Come on.
I've got no bad blood, bro. Destiny just posted something. Yo. Retweet, repost, everyone repost right now. By the way, follow my Twitter at @NOnBird with 2 D's, bruh. Oh wait, bad blood. I didn't even get it. Wait, bad blood. He Freudian slip. I've got no bad blood. Isn't I don't have blood cancer, bro. He admitted it. Yo. Revelations chat. Revelations 1 for your mom type.
I'm not shaking your hand.
He's not gonna shake your hand. Stand him up, buddy. Stand him up.
Do you think Boogie's LARPing as a cancer patient? Have you been watching the stream?
This man just got engaged. Come on, man.
I'll shake his hand.
Put it aside for the end of the night. Put it inside for the end of the night.
Bro, I don't care.
I do.
There's your seat.
Jump across the table, Boogie. Oh, no, I found a new seat. Yeah, Oh. This is good. Oh. Yeah, scoot next to him, right next to him. I found a new seat. I'm comfortable.
Once again, the thing is, like, Buddha's like, you did a bad thing. Boogie's like, oh, you did a bad thing. Buddha's like, I didn't do that, clearly. And Boogie's like, oh, I thought you did that. I just made it up. By the way, I have no bad blood. Let me sit next to you.
Aren't you? We're at a party together. We're having fun. Yeah. You want to make this about bull? I'm making it about bull. I'm here to have fun. I've been having fun for 3 days. He had to beg your ass to come. I'm his friend. I flew across the goddamn country to get here.
You flew or you drove?
I drove, my.
Oh, you lied again! Oh! That is weird, though. Like, why does he lie so flippantly? Even about something small like that. He's like, I flew across the country, but he drove. I'm not saying that's, like, the worst thing to lie about. What I am saying is, like, think about how many other times he lies that people don't catch, you know? Think about how often he lies. It's probably every other word is a lie. Every statement he makes is probably, to some degree, a lie. It's compulsive. He can't even help but lie about shit, right? He lies passively, he lies massively. Isn't that the June the King title? Isn't it massive to passive? June the King, Boogie, massive. I know this video exists. Yeah, massive to passive. There we go, chat. Massive to passive. That's what's up. Boogie is the ultimate unk, but with no respect on his name. Where's the part where he, like, takes his clothes off? Because he just leaves at some point. Does he come back? He does come back.
Oh, no! What am I going to do?
I'm just saying, I don't respect you. I respect Destiny. But you're actually right.
Why would he respect Destiny? If he thinks Destiny is currently lying about the fact that he has cancer, pushing a false allegation onto him, why would he respect Destiny at all? Once again, he just makes it up when it's convenient. I respect Destiny. He's not here right now. I don't respect you.
Calling me on this, I certainly would not have shown Destiny. I would have probably stood on my principles, yeah.
Principles? What principles do you have? You just scammed your fans for $10,000.
Yeah, and that is different from tweeting out my medical records and showing my medical records. And
yeah,
So it's principled to not. It's unprincipled to scam your fans, but it is principled to not prove that you have cancer to the fans that you scammed for cancer money. Make it make sense. What does Boogie look like, a bowling ball? Ask him. Boogie needs to be studied. He's definitely pretty studied. At this point, he's more studied than Hitler in current day. At this moment, more people are thinking about Boogie2988 than Adolf Hitler. Think about that.
Twilight Zone? Is this, what am I? It's just, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it is what it is. Well, you guys have a great night.
You too, Boogie.
Okay, so he leaves for a bit. He does come back, though, at some point. Oh, he doesn't. He just leaves. That's where he just dips. Crazy. I don't know, chat. Actually, I do know. Boogie's a fat liar, piece of shit. Yo, what's up? Just got done watching you on LolCow. It was, yeah, good appearance. I mean, you got him. I mean,
Did I Riz or was I mogged?
No, you Riz. I think Boogie got mogged. Dude, this is just like, I was just thinking about this and how passively Boogie lies. Do you remember the confrontation he had with Muda just the other day at like Keem's party? In that, he says, I flew out here, and they instantly are like, you drove, and he's like, yeah, I did. And that just clues you into the fact that like probably everything he says is to some extent a little white lie, like even smaller statements. This is just the big stuff we catch him on. Imagine if we did like a breakdown of everything he does and had access to his entire life to cross-reference it all. We would probably see that he lies about 90% of things, even to like his girlfriend or whatever. He's so pathological.
In the post thing, we were talking about his swatting. Once you lie about being swatted and getting caught lying about being swatted, I mean, I could believe you lied about anything.
Yeah, obviously.
Like he said, he was trying to deep cover troll, and they found out that the cops weren't even there on the day.
Yeah, I don't know, Tom. Seems to me his head has the lights on, but no one's home. Well, apparently Critical just went live to talk about this, so
yeah, this is
gonna be like
this is
like
the 2024
legendary
Matt Darbo stream.
Oh yeah, I mean you
Actually,
realize like
at the end we were laughing. I think it was like, who's still there? Me, Wings, Tommy, and Jim. And he's like, yeah, at least I'm not that bad or something.
No, you're worse. You're way worse than Matt Jarbo. This is like drama of the summer. Like this is gonna be huge. This is like 10 million view Critical video territory. Like that's how bad this is.
This was happening. You're talking about Critical. Destiny was live the whole time, and him and XQC kept like reacting to the clips that they were feeding him. Like they were keeping up to date with what was happening too, without just restreaming.
Yeah, this is gonna be absolutely catastrophic for him. What do you think is even like? Because he says he's gonna leave the internet. He's not leaving. He's gonna be back within 4 hours. What do you think is
evident by him not taking his channel down and just his Twitter, because the Twitter's easier to put back up without doing any real damage.
What is the path forward? Like, what is he?
Here's the thing. I think a lot of us are gonna make a lot of money in the next week. I don't think that there's really Boogie's reputation is so far destroyed.
This is another level though. This is another level still.
Yeah, another level from nothing. He was already obliterated. Like what's he gonna lose? What can you take from a guy who is gonna be dying from a very aggressive cancer that makes that you didn't hear this yet. So do you know the age where you die from this cancer if he has it?
It's usually within 20 years, right?
Oh no, the average life expectancy of a person who gets this disease is 77.
Oh.
Do you know the average life expectancy of a regular person?
77, right?
No, it's 76. He actually gained
Yo, that's awesome. So he's living longer because of it, even though he doesn't have it.
He gained a year of life, dude. This very aggressive cancer is gonna take him out.
So here's the question: there's two like predominant theories right now. One of them, which Keem believes, is that like Boogie thought he had cancer and then like didn't admit to the fact that he doesn't, and Muda thinks he just lied like off the bat about it. What do you think?
John swanned it. I think, and it probably was exactly what Destiny came to conclude, that it was probably secondary polyglycemia. And they said that like there's like you don't. Here's the thing: you could have a tumor or you could not have a tumor, as far as I understand, right? He probably doesn't have a tumor. Everything he describes just sounds like secondary polyglycemia. Like if you watch what he says in comparison to even just net decking it on WebMD, it's exactly like verbatim that. I think he exaggerated it to make it sound worse than it was, and he John Swanned himself. He got trapped in such like a large lie. He didn't actually have an out for it. And my headcanon is that he spent like the last hour and a half of that stream too stupid to figure out how to inspect element the screenshot, and then he gave up.
Right, that's very possible. I mean, he was on his phone a lot. He was like distracted, looking away. That's very possible he was doing that. But he's also like technologically retarded. He doesn't know how to use anything ever. I
literally think he couldn't figure out inspect element. I think he was going to try. And I think if he did end up flipping the screen around, Keem would have told him to refresh it, and he figured that out midway through that he can't actually do it.
Yeah. What is he going to do past this point? Is he going to like fess up to it? Is he just going to keep deny?
No. Well, maybe he comes out and tries to like walk it back. But I mean, is anyone going to believe this? He's going to need scrolling proof now. Someone's going to have to vet that.
But the thing is, like, even if he has scrolling proof, the story is going to be like, Boogie is too to explain that he isn't lying about cancer. Like, why would he not have like revealed it off the bat, right?
No, and he's like, I've been thinking about this for years. You thought that someone would say that you lied about cancer, and your plan was to.
The thing is, like, people have definitely like accused him of it before, like random commenters.
Yeah, dude, Jackson Clark.
Right, Jackson Clark from the official podcast. Yeah.
Dude, Jackson Clark has been accusing him for years, dude. That guy must have sponsored the episode. He got chilled the entire night.
Him being right is so funny. He's gonna have a field day. Shout out Zealot on PC. He's definitely watching this right now, I assume.
Oh yeah.
Or if he's not, I don't know if he's in like Australia.
Oh no, he's
when
doing
he wakes
exactly
up,
what
it's
I
gonna be
was
awesome.
doing. I soy-faced in the first sentence of the debate when he was like, "Yeah, I know what Nicholas Diorio was doing." I was like, "What the?" Like,
the funniest part about when you were there
was go after me.
was he was like, "I don't respect you. I respect Destiny. I don't respect you." It's like, dude, from your perspective, Destiny just accused you of like made a false allegation that you lied about your cancer. Why would you respect him? Why would you have any respect? He just makes up on the spot every time.
That's what he did with Destiny. That's why I was able, like, that's why I wanted to call in, because he's like, you know, Destiny, if you reached out to me privately, I might have been a bit more fair with you. And then, like, I actually, like, by complete happenstance, he forgot that I actually did that last night, and he made up some other story in the same stream that, like, him and his girlfriend were terrified all night, and they couldn't sleep, and they knew that we were up to no good, and there was probably a group chat set up to come get him and stuff like that. It's like, oh, okay, so you just lied to Destiny, and he fessed up to it eventually, but, like, that's his whole career, is telling a lie. Denying, cornered. Yeah, I did lie about that, but I'm not a bad person.
Yeah. How mad are you that you got off stream and then like 2 hours later this happened? Are you pissed?
Oh, not at all. It's tomorrow's stream.
Tomorrow's gonna be a great stream then. Holy.
I get to, well, if I was on that stream, it wouldn't have been as fun if I was live. Now I get to watch the whole thing tomorrow, and it's, yeah, I would do that instead.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to take too much credit for this. I've said this a few times. I am the reason this happened, though. I'm the first domino, I will say. Okay, I'm the first domino. The thing is, like, Destiny is the only person who will, like, Google what he has and the symptoms and, like, read into it for, like, an hour and figure it out. None of us had even thought to do that for the past few years, because we were just like, there's no way Boogie would lie about that, right?
Well, we did what Jim did. Well, I'll take your word for it, but... yeah, Destiny would.
Yeah.
No, that was 100%. Yeah.
It was fire. It was excellent. It's wow. What a great night. What a great night for Boogie. Even.
By the way, go buy Jim's hats. Go buy Jim's hats to the 3,000 people. Dude, I can't believe you have such few viewers. You know, Lolcow had 35,000 concurrent tonight.
Yeah, I saw that. When did they have 35,000? Was it the beginning of the stream?
Yeah, the beginning. As soon as the stream went up, they botted it up to 35,000. Yeah, they had like.
Was it botted?
Oh my god.
Because 35 is insane.
They had 200 likes and 35,000 concurrent viewers.
I do believe like the 10K or 8K, whatever it was by the end. I believe that.
I think it was at like 5K at the end. That was real. No, they did not have, dude, because Keem was joking and when he's like, oh, they're still botting our viewers, and Keem goes, no, these are real. And he's like, oh yeah, gotcha. and Tommy lost it. But yeah, no, like there was a lot of bots in the beginning. And I think the guy on Kiwi Farms, did you see the thing I posted? The Kiwi Farms guy got it perfect.
What did you put on Twitter? Let me see this.
Yeah, he said tonight's episode went from Boogie thinking that he was going to twiddle his thumbs with forced drama and pretend tantrums about Keem and Wings quitting the show to being absolutely bodied on all fronts about his bullshit and lie of having cancer. Absolute gold. Did you see actually, I don't know if you've seen this, in complete contrast to what we saw tonight, did you hear Boogie trying to get aggressive for Wings last night and yell at him on his show?
Did he really do that?
Yeah, dude. He was like, you're not putting any effort into the show. You don't give a about this show, whatever. And he was like trying to Keemstar Wings last night.
He's going alpha male mode.
He tried to go alpha male, and he sounded like a little soy-filled bitch. I can't pull up the tweet because it's on Pescator's Twitter.
Steven Tateson Williams. Yeah. Also, when I went on, the reason my doc didn't come out was talked about. They basically already knew, apparently.
I heard a little bit of that. You've announced the reason. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very glad dude, when he privated, I don't know do you have the DMs? I was gonna drop them tonight, but he turned off his Twitter. I was gonna post all like the crazy.
Maybe that's why he got rid of his Twitter. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I was gonna post all the crazy baiting with Frank Hassel, and he was like, Nick, you have to avenge me if I blow my brains out tonight on my front lawn.
I don't have those, but I mean that did happen back in the day, obviously. I mean, he's messaged a bunch of people being like, you make me want to
they're on my computer. Right? No, but this was during the Frank Hassel incident.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, you posted it on Twitter, didn't you?
No, I've never released them.
Did you talk about it at some point?
I've mentioned it briefly, like on streams, like just like this conversation. But he's like, all right, Frank just left. I couldn't shoot him or something like that. Like that. It was literally play by play.
Oh, well, I remember he was messaging you. It's weird he was messaging you. Like not to insult you, but it's like it's Nicholas Diorio. Like why is he messaging? Why is he messaging you? It's so
was
cool.
him being like, Nick, I know that you know the truth about how YouTubers shouldn't go to each other's houses. You need to tell my story if I gun
Oh, it's
myself
because
down
you didn't like that Frank was there. It's because you were talking him publicly. That's probably why. Because you were like you were like the one guy.
Maybe. Here, I got the clip for you. This is last night because there was some bogus like gay drama that was going on where Keem's like, I quit the show. These guys don't work hard enough. Tommy didn't spend $2,000 to fly over from Germany, and like everyone thought that was what the drama was going to be about tonight. And I was like, no.
Oh, it's a Pescator tweet. I'm blocked. I can't even see it.
You're too. Oh my god. Oh,
Yeah.
Let me see if I can download it off the thing. I'm actually.
I've never even interacted with Pescator. I don't know what I did. I don't know.
That's crazy. All right,
He offered me a job back in the day to live in his shack on his property and edit video for 10 grand a month or something. That's the only interaction with Pescator ever.
Jeez, that's the same amount the crypto scammers offered Boogie.
All right, let's see here. Got this clip. I'm gonna bring this up on stream. 1 sec.
I
Oh,
never
it's
did.
19
I
minutes
never
long.
did.
Here we go.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's
Oh my
19
God,
minutes.
it is. All right, I only really need.
I only need what?
Only need like the beginning of it.
Okay, gotcha. I'll screen share for you too.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
What the are you doing?
Streaming?
I know. I'm talking about with the show, obviously.
Boogie criticizing him for not putting in effort is so awesome. It's so
This
funny.
is so crazy. It's like he sensed the power vacuum.
Yeah.
So, and there's a paycheck to be had here. You don't want to talk into a microphone for 6 hours a week for, let's imagine we got half as much next month, 1,500.
Wait, pause.
No.
24 hours later, this guy would turn down 75 grand and a trip to Disneyland just to prove he had cancer.
By the way, all he had to do was screenshot an app. Screenshot an app on his phone.
Yes.
Screenshot an app on his phone. He wouldn't even do that. That was too much for him.
Cool. So you want to me up the ass and Tommy up the ass and Keem up the ass?
The way he's talking is so funny. Hearing Boogie confident anyway. I guess this is once again manipulation purely because he thinks he can bully Wings basically.
Whenever he's doing a bit, he does this voice every single time. Whenever he's not being genuine, he always does this weird fake alpha male voice that everyone realizes is fake.
People who've been working with you for the last year. Is that what you want to do instead?
Why you blaming it
That's
on?
not worth
Why you blaming it on me? You should blame it on Keem. He's the one walking away.
He was always going to, and you knew that. He was never.
By the way, 24 hours ago, Keem was going to end the podcast. What do you think he's going to do now? What do you think he's going to do now? It's going on for forever.
I think all that was bullshit anyway. Everyone was saying it looked like fake bullshit.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I just tweeted, I'm like, I'm not going to talk about this. Like, literally, at 24 hours ago, I was like, I'm not talking about lolcow anymore because this is like a joke. They do this every single month.
It's too fake.
And then tonight was like the biggest drama of the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
That's
Never meant to be part of the show to begin with. He was always going to hand the reins to us, and you knew that.
I did not know this.
How the did you not know it? He wasn't supposed to be part of it from the beginning. It wasn't me, you, Keem, and Tom.
He wasn't supposed to be a part of it. He was. He pitched it. He organized the entire thing. What are you talking about? It was Keem's idea.
We were there, right?
Yeah.
The idea was initially when the podcast was formed that Keem wasn't going to be a talent guest. He was going to do behind the scenes stuff.
But he was always going to be involved. He was always going to be involved.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be the three of them and then the three of us, you, me, and Mudahar. And that we would come in once a month. They would do podcasts every single week. But like Keem last night was saying that like, oh, he's been holding down the fort on the streams. Like, were you in the group chat? Do you remember when we had to like beg him to stream on LolCow Live? Like he wasn't streaming on his own show.
Yeah.
And then he ended up changing it up eventually.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's
I mean, the thing is, like, Keem has always been orchestrating the drama with this. He's been pushing it a little bit, you know? I mean, even with, like, the Connor thing, right? I think we're all in agreement. He got up there, right?
By the way, they're talking about firing the new editor. Like another, I think what was it, like the seventh
What is
editor
his
they fought
problem?
through? He doesn't need to do anything anymore because they don't need to record. They're going to only stream now and end the podcast.
Okay.
So they don't need clip people because they're just going to leave all the streams up and do that. That's better.
I guess that kind of makes sense, maybe?
Tommy, it was me, you, and Tommy. It was always that.
Boogie, you realize the show's going to crash without Keem, right?
Sure, and why not get paid until it does?
What is he even saying? Why not get paid until it does? Like, that's going to be in one day. Without Keemstar there, it's not going to exist. The show cannot exist. These people cannot coordinate alone. I mean, Tommy could, but they don't listen to Tommy for some reason. They only listen to Keemstar because he's like the glue that holds these idiots together.
And Tommy makes more money on LolCow than in his own show. And I think on their best month, they made 10 grand. The splits, divide that by 4.
Right.
Like that's not a lot of money at all.
No.
Like for Tommy to come over and do the trip that they wanted to do, this weird retreat that they were having at the house on the 4th of July.
Well, the editor also needs to be paid too, right?
Yeah, the editor needs to be paid. I think their splits ended up being about $2 grand each.
Yeah.
That's like nothing.
Paychecks aren't going to be coming.
Let's imagine it's half as much next month. That's $1,500. I need it. I thought you had a goal. Remember this guy who complained about $20 worth of gas?
Yeah, because I watch my money like a hawk.
Yeah, so you're gonna watch it disappear? Is that your plan?
I never.
You're gonna watch a $3,000 check walk out the front door? Is that what you're watching? Is that what you're watching?
It was always going to walk out the front door.
Okay, except there's about 3 or 4 more. Even if you do nothing, even if you try, even if you just show up and clock in like Tommy and I have in the past, we would still get paid. And that's a check.
This is so embarrassing for him. Once again, we would still get paid. Dude who is turning down 24 hours later $100,000 to show a screenshot, not even to the public, but just to Mr. Mediker, who has no reason to leak it, by the way. He's turning it down to him. Okay, like this is
Destiny, Jim, Tommy,
this is so cool.
Could have sent it to a kid behind a camera who's more friends with Boogie than he is the rest of the cast. Like, there are so many different angles he could have took here if he wanted to prove this.
Yeah.
It's walking out. This is a man who was bitching about $20 when I was hanging out with you. Now you're willing to not just $1,500 out of your pocket, $1,500 out of mine, $1,500 out of Tommy's, and $1,500 out of Keem's.
Do you not think you guys could make it?
I still have to pay you if you don't do your work. You think about that?
Buy me out.
You own 25%. I ain't buying you out of
I ain't buying you out of Listen to how confident he is.
Power vacuum.
He turns into like you ever see like a TV show where there's like a hick, but he's like smart with money. He's like a business hick. He turns into like cutthroat business hick where he's like, I ain't buying you out of shit. I've watched what?
I've watched Drama Alert.
Yeah, off. But that is literally
Dude, Keemstar is the most redneck money ever, dude. That guy literally does all of his own yard work. This guy builds his own. He's outside in the trenches every day, and he walks in and just sits down.
He is kind of doing like a Keemstar impression. Like he's doing what Keem does to him, to Wings.
Yeah, he thinks this is what's gonna get him bullied less when they go back to the podcast. Like he's gonna be the alpha dog now, and then take down Tommy.
Literally.
Torpedo the goddamn thing before I'll buy you out.
Okay, torpedo it.
Show the up to work or get nothing. That's your option.
Show up to work or get nothing. Once again, he's so confident. He's so confident that he's going to be fine. He's so confident that nothing could ever go wrong. Meanwhile, he's been thinking for years about the fact people could possibly prove or accuse him of lying about cancer. Like
his plan was to look as guilty as humanly possible on the day that.
Good plan. I mean, it worked, right? He definitely did that. He achieved that.
I didn't ask for anything. I just said, give me my last paycheck and give me the Airbnb money.
Oh, I'll make sure you ain't getting that. You're getting my $250. If they decide to hand yours over, that's fine. You can sue me for that. I need every goddamn dime I got.
Lol.
Oh my god. New Keem tweet.
You should be.
What is it?
I just got off the phone with Boogie. He is not idle. There's no need for wellness check. I can't say too much without leaking private information, but I will say that he has agreed to do a test for cancer at some point in the future that will be available for public.
At some point in the future.
He has completely walked back everything he said on the stream, but he needs to now do a new test.
This is insane. This is insane.
So he does that mean he just doesn't have cancer? That he's just praying to God he dings for something?
I mean, basically, but I mean, even with what he said, right? He was like, I do have cancer. And they're like, okay, why do you need the biopsy? He's like, well, I'm hoping I don't have it. And it's like, why is there any doubt in your mind then, right?
Dude, he's going to lick asbestos. He's going to snort chemicals, bathe in radioactive waste, buy 10 cartons of cigarettes.
He's going to oil up.
Yeah, he's going to do like every carcinogen you could possibly dream of the next 48 hours to try to get some form of cancer just to like save his online career.
He's going to just get in the garage, turn his car on, and like hook up a hose to his mouth and just suck for 5 years. That'd be so sick. I think the only way that would
so it could be like literally cancer, dude.
Literally cancer, dude. The only way he would redeem himself, in my opinion, is if he does an oiled up twerk off challenge with Tipster. What do you think? Whoever wins is telling the truth in his base.
By the way, do you know Tipster has officially publicly disavowed Boogie?
I did see that. He did the right thing, dude.
Multiple tweets. Yeah, he said he offered $70,000 and a trip to Disney World, and he refused. Bruh, he lied.
I can't wait for the Keffels disavowal. Who else could there be? Charm Skull disavowal.
Dude, I can't believe transphobic people who hang out with Keemstar turn out to fake cancer every single time.
Yeah, literally. All right. On that note, thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes. Appreciate you all. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. I will catch you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.